able to make a large and immediate impact tonight in Paris in what would be his first appearance since December. Florian Wirtz insists Liverpool have enough to beat PSG.
We've shown this season already that we are good in big games and especially in Champions League games. We have a good group together with good characters and great players, also a good manager.
Champions League winning former Liverpool midfielder Didi Hamann told us he's not so convinced.
Yeah, it's a bit worried. I think they might be able to get a half-decent result to still have a chance when they take him back to Anfield next week. Over the 2 legs, can they beat them? I doubt it.
Speaking of former Liverpool players, Danny Murphy says Trent's performance against Bayern last night demonstrates why he should be in England's squad as a World Cup option off the bench, but Tuchel can't trust him to start at right-back.
If you look at players like Vinny Jr., if we played Brazil, or if we played Belgium and Doku, if you played Doué or Dembele for France, you can't leave him one-on-one with those players.
Ahead of Palace's Conference League quarter-final tomorrow against Fiorentina, Ollie Glasner's revealed Eddie Nketiah has had a gut-wrenching setback.
It looked like that everybody's available for tomorrow's game, and until 2 minutes before the ending of the session, and Eddie unfortunately injured his hamstring again.
Oh no.
And had to leave the pitch 2 minutes before the end.
Nketiah, like Isak, hasn't played since December. And in tennis, men's world number 1 Dani Medvedev has had another sensational meltdown after losing 6-love to Matteo Berrettini in Monte Carlo. He smashed his racket on court 7 times before folding it up and putting it in the bin. There's more at talksport.com.
talkSPORT News.
The US are claiming victory with a capital V as a 2-week ceasefire with Iran is agreed, while Israel have carried out their largest assault on Lebanon since the start of the war. More from Sinead at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Store your new tyres this spring at a time that suits you best from the comfort of your home or work 7 days a week with our mobile tyre fitting service. Conditions apply.
A sunny and warm evening across the board, rain largely staying away until the early hours.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Champions League Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, and of course, my ever-present wingman, star of the show. It's Darren here, by the way. It's Darren Bent.
Here, by the way, Darren Bent.
I just told him that, Darren.
Easy.
You right, sunshine?
Yeah, not bad, you?
Bye, I'm good. Bye, Jingo. We've got a show for you today. We'll be asking whether English football actually deserves 5 Champions League spots next season. Bit bizarre, that. We'll also talk hate watching, as Arsenal leave it late to take a 1-goal lead in their Champions League tie. I think that's a big topic of discussion. We're also building up to a huge night for Arnie Slot as he takes his Liverpool side to Paris. It's live on talkSPORT, and we'll be joined by a former PDC champion of the world, your mate Luke Humphries will be on our show. All that plus, of course, we're talking Mbappe and Kane, and Bent, he brings this week's I Am DB. It's the front pocket, not the back one. This is Drive on talkSPORT. You can get involved 03717 223344. What's in the front pocket, not the back one. Darren and I, our pre-match meal is, what are these called? What are they?
Hydration tablets.
Hydration tablets and a bottle of water. That's how we start every show. Are you all right? You well?
Yeah, not bad, you?
I should say big shout out to the best golf club in the world, West Essex.
Oh, not Beaverbrook?
No. I don't even know Beaverbrook are. West Essex. Big shout out to the groundsman there as well. I played this morning. I played at 7:30.
I had a link for you as well, but okay.
No, I don't need it.
Okay.
I haven't got half a million.
No, this is without that.
Oh, yeah. I'll dump everyone. You know that. Me and Andy, who's a big cheese there, played Ken and Matt.
Who are they? They cheeses or?
They're just lovely people.
Okay.
Right?
Nice.
And we beat them. Now, this is what I've been asked to ask you. We beat them by what's called the old dog licence. We beat them today by the old dog licence. Do you know what that means?
No.
Any idea?
No.
Okay. Before,
dog licence. Let me think. Dog.
Yeah. The old dog licence. Before pounds, before sterling, what was there?
Cents.
What?
Before what?
Yeah, before pounds in this country.
Yeah. Like shekels and all that. You talk about that type of stuff. Shillings.
Shekels. Yeah.
Was there a currency shekels?
I don't know now. I don't think there was. No. What is shekels? Shekels is like slang term for it, isn't it?
Shekels and
shekels
shillings.
is shillings. Yeah, pounds and shillings. Okay. Right. So we beat the old dog license was 7 and 6. That's how much a dog license used to be. Like £7 6 shillings.
Yeah.
And we beat them today 7 and 6. So we were 7 points up with 6 holes to go, so we couldn't lose. Yeah. But Andy said, "Yeah, tell Benny we won dog license, old dog." And I was like, "What are you talking about? 7 and 6." And then I said, "I bet Benny doesn't even know about old money."
No,
you don't know about that, do you?
No. So
okay. You do now.
Am I supposed to write this story?
That's quite nice, isn't it? Old school. You write it down. Yeah. I'll test you later on.
Yeah, okay. But 6 and 7 shillings.
See, you should write it down. It's not 6 and 7. It's 7 and 6.
Yeah.
Old dog license.
That is probably not. I've known you for a long time, right?
Mm.
Enjoy working with you every day.
Thank you.
That possibly could be the worst story you've ever told me.
That's a good story.
Because it doesn't make any sense. You don't even know what you're saying.
Oh no, I'll tell you why it's dear to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm going back in detail now, but one of the things I found that my dad had, God bless him, was his dog license for his dog called Sweeper. I'm going back some time now, and it was 7 and 6. That's why I thought a lot of people listening would know the slang of the old dog license, 7 and 6.
7 and 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
For old money, right?
Yeah,
what year do you reckon the money changed into pounds?
78.
No, it wasn't that late. I'd say it's 60s.
It wasn't that far away though, I don't think.
I think you were. 78 is a long, long time ago.
When's the last time you had a coin in your hand?
I hope that bit's clipped. Do you mean in my pocket? I think it's more important you say in my pocket. When I last take shrapnel out with me.
Yeah.
I mean, 10 years ago? 5 years ago?
It's crazy, isn't it? Because even usually, I took my kid to the arcade not long ago.
And this could be a good story.
No, and it used to be.
Oh, you need money then?
No, now it's touch. Beep, beep.
No, it's
I
not.
swear to you, I went to an arcade with the kids.
You're joking.
Now,
where's the fun?
That's what I'm saying.
So what about that game where you put a 10p in and the shelves come out?
That's different. But in terms of all the arcade machines now, it's touch. Boop.
That is insane. That's dangerous.
It's better,
no, it's too dangerous. I'll have another go. Boom.
Yeah.
I'll have another go. Boom. That's too dangerous.
Yeah, because usually with coins, you go, run out of coins now, kids. Now they're like, Dad, just get your phone out.
Yeah, you can't run out of phone. Can't run out of phone. We should talk about the weather ever so briefly.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing out?
Beautiful.
Isn't it amazing out?
Yeah, I played paddle this morning. Beautiful.
Indoors?
Yeah.
What does that make then?
Just nice to go. No, I'm used to.
No, I was playing golf outdoors.
Beautiful.
Here's a question for you. Sorry, Joe. I know. Now, I was thinking about you on the golf course this morning, right? Because you're addicted to paddle.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to golf. And I was trying to work out if there are any comparisons. Now, the thing that gets me going back to golf is to try and get the pinnacle, is to try and get a hole in one.
Yeah.
But that's the thing I want.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have that in paddle.
Do.
What is your hole in one?
No, it's not hole in one, but there's like Playtomic is an app, right, for paddle.
Yeah.
You get a pickable paddle, right? And there's levels. So
okay, like you're seeding.
Yeah.
Like handicap.
A little bit, right? So when you start and then you get to, I got to 3 and I was like, right, I need to get to 4. Like,
what's the best number you can get?
Well, if I'm honest, I don't quite know, but the pros in that are just ridiculous, right?
Okay.
Like 3, okay, you can play the game. 4, not bad. I'm at 5 now, which is like decent.
Yeah.
My aim is to get to 6, which is going to be, it's not impossible, but that's going to take some doing.
What's Simon Jordan?
I have no idea.
What's Gabby?
Like a 2 point something.
O'Hara will be like a 1.
Well, this is the thing about O'Hara, right? So his rating is about 4.5. But when I played against him, he wasn't 4.5. He was
He was my level.
Yeah, but all of a sudden his rating's up 4 and a bit. But now I'm at 5. Just dip my toe into the 5s and buzzing.
I was talking to Simon Jordan last week off air about paddle. He had no idea, genuinely, you can get singles paddle courts. He said that
they are rare.
Poppycock, he said. I think he called me that. He said they don't exist. I showed him a picture.
Yeah, they are rare, but I mean, it's not worth. There's no space.
But why can't you play? I've played a mate of mine, 2 of us, one either end, on a normal paddle court, like a tennis court.
It's too big.
Yeah, but a tennis court's much bigger.
No, trust me.
I've played it on that. It's fine. I quite enjoyed it like that. I quite enjoyed it on that.
Rubbish. Someone said shekels is a currency of Israel.
I wouldn't know that.
I wouldn't know that either. That's why I said shekels. I thought it was the country.
Yeah, it's not. It's shillings.
Yeah.
Dog license. Should we move on? Busy show.
Sorry, Andy, 7 and 6 meant 7 shillings and 6 pence, not £7.
Oh, okay. Well, it wasn't about them, was I?
He was.
I wasn't. Not when the money changed. Joe, can you find out when...
Joe, I think you are too.
Joe, you be careful, young man. Respect your elders. Can you find out when money changed?
71, someone said.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes, he was there then.
No, I wasn't born then.
He was.
What, you think I was 55, dear?
Hey.
Oi. If you want to live to see 43, you keep it quiet. I'm not 55, you cheeky... Right, should we start the show? It'll be Keown's Corner at 5, in case you're wondering. But we're going to start with the Premier League. Things close at home, cheeky. England will officially have at least 5 Champions League spots next season, which is a little bit bonkers. So the big question we're going to start today's show is with, do we actually deserve it?
They've done it! Kai Havertz in stoppage time! Arsenal are going to win in Lisbon!
Premier League will have at least 5 teams in the Champions League next season. Good news for teams fighting out for 5th spot. They will get a Champions League spot.
The English sides that got knocked out, Chelsea, Newcastle, Spurs, Man City. Between them, 28 goals they lost over the 4 games. That's appalling.
We give it the big one about, the English clubs and the Premier League being the best league in the world and all that, but when it comes to the elite stages of the Champions League, at the moment, it only looks like there is only one elite team, and that is Arsenal.
The Arsenal's win against Sporting last night means England will have at least 5 Champions League spots next season. It could be more if Liverpool or Villa win either the Champions League or Europa League and finish outside the top 5 in the Premier League. I think that's a little bit nuts. After Chelsea, Man City, Spurs and Newcastle were all convincingly knocked out of the last 16, we're asking the question, do we actually deserve so many spots? So I think the 2 big questions are, is 5 too many and is 6 ludicrous? So just for argument's sake, if Forest win the Europa League, obviously they're going to finish outside the top 5, we would get the top 5 plus Forest at 6 spots possibly in the Champions League, which is a little bit insane, isn't
I think it's crazy. I think it's absolutely ludicrous because, again, you need to change the name of it, the Champions League, to this European Cup. Go back to the European Cup because I just about got me around 4. 5 I think is too many. 6 is ludicrous, and I think one of the most ludicrous situations that could happen this season is now Nottingham Forest are fighting for their lives, right? But they could also win the Europa League, which means they're effectively in the Champions League next season.
Like Spurs.
But they could be, because they're out in a relegation battle, Forest. They could be in the Championship next season. Now, please tell me what advert that is for the Champions League if you've got a team that's in the 2nd division in your country playing in the Champions League. Second tier.
Yeah.
But that can't happen.
No, you could have Lincoln at home the weekend and Real Madrid away on Wednesday.
That just can't happen. So I think for 6 teams coming out of one league, I don't think it's good. Champions League is called the Champions League for a reason. Now, it's not been that for a while.
No.
I think you have to go back to the European Cup. Call it the European Cup and then maybe try and switch up the format.
But even the European Cup, when I was a kid growing up, I don't think there were group stage. It was just all complete knockout over 2 legs.
Yeah, well, that's fine. But my point is, call it the European Cup and then go right. Because the name is what I have the problem with. Because it's not been the Champions League for a long time now.
No,
for a long time. And six teams effectively come from one league, for me, is absolutely crazy. That shouldn't be the case.
5? Is that crazy?
Yeah, of course it is. Champions League.
4?
Right, let me have a look at something, right?
4?
4, even 4 is crazy, right? You look at the Premier League, right, for instance, and we talk about it being the best league in the world, right?
Yeah.
Right. Last year, we know Liverpool won it, right?
Yeah.
Quite handily. They finished on 84 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
The team that finished, I don't know, we'll go down to 6th, that's what we've got. Is it 5 we've got this year, right?
Yeah.
Right. Newcastle finished 5th on 66 points. 18-point gap, and they're in the same competition.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That can't happen.
Do you think this should be... I mean, you made a very good point about Nottingham Forest, right? If they go down, they could be playing Champions League football.
Yeah.
Do you think there should be a cap that you can only have your Champions League spot if, A, you're in the Premier League, and B, maybe you're in the top 10 of the Premier League?
I think so. I think they need to do something with that because, I get it, Spurs, on merit, they won the Europa League, which is why they were in the Champions League this year. But I just don't think it's a good advert if you've got a team that are fighting relegation at the bottom in the what we see as the best club competition on the planet. That can't be the case.
No.
So I think if you finish in the top 8, maybe, and you win the Europa League, then maybe you can get in the Champions League. But worst case scenario, if you don't, you should go back into the Europa League.
Well, obviously, we're asking for you lot to phone up and have your say. How do you think this will play out amongst football fans? Will it be football fans of teams on the cusp of top 5 will be for it, i.e. Newcastle fans, certainly Chelsea fans at the moment? Will they all be like, yes, great?
Yeah.
And everyone in and around it will be like, if you're mid-table or below, it's like, this is ludicrous. Do you think that's... Or do you think you'll have a supporter phone up of a team that are just on the cusp of 5th, right? Like Brentford, for argument's sake, right? Yeah. They could nick a 5th, couldn't they?
Yeah.
They could nick... How many... You got the league table up there?
Yeah.
How many points are Brentford currently off 5th?
So Brentford right now are 46.
Right.
5th place at 3 points, 49.
Okay. So... In theory, now that we've got 5, in theory, Brentford could nick that 5th Champions League.
Correct.
All Brentford fans, I imagine, would all say 5th is great.
Yeah, of course. I understand. It's a little bit like next year with the playoffs. 8 teams in it all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's
so the team trying to get into it, they're like, yeah, we love it. Yeah. But there are going to be teams, maybe so much the big heads who have been in the Champions League for a number of years now, they'll be saying, well, this is a bit of a farce. But I just don't think you can have six teams in one country.
Okay, we're doing Arsenal chat at 5 Keown's Corner. He's coming up in 45 minutes, but we're going to start with a simple question. I'm sure lots of you want your say. Do England actually deserve 5 or maybe 6 Champions League spots? And also, should you have to be playing football in the Premier League to be able to play football in the Champions League the following season as well. 03717 223344 is today's magic number. Dial that and you could appear live on Drive on talkSPORT in just a moment. 03717 223344.
What has happened to the greatest side the world has ever seen without ever winning the Champions League? It's an absolute joke. They're full of it. Are they good sides? Yeah. But the guff that's been coming out of Gooner's mouth of late is unbelievable. And they had to be brought down a peg or two. Absolutely screamed with delight at the weekend when they got knocked out by Southampton.
Jason, you need one of them for Liam Rosenior.
Joe Bate,
Have you got one of them for Liam?
Club World Champions, have some respect on the club name.
Mate,
Two Champions Leagues. But
that's the past, mate.
Joe,
it don't matter.
Joe, see this?
It doesn't matter.
See that bad boy? See that?
All I see is illegal money. All I see is illegal money, mate.
No, broke rules.
Honestly.
Didn't cheat.
Yeah. Broke rules, didn't cheat.
Hiya. All I'm hearing again from you Gooners is excuse after excuse. I think you win the title. You lot now, Bottle Job FC, are at it again. You're at it again.
How can you say that? You've just won the Club World Cup and you're probably not even going to make it in Europe. You're struggling at the moment, man. What's going on? Seriously, come on, man. Listen, you said it yourself. The league is ours, right? Champions League as well. We've got an easy route.
So it's what? The league is over. It's done, is it?
It's done. It's cooked. 9 points clear.
Cooked.
It's done.
I've got a quick question, though.
Go on, mate.
Obviously, you was...
Be careful, by the way, Jermaine, because you got spanked on the weekend.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Right,
We're cooked.
Just be careful.
That's totally fine.
Right, cool.
And I accept it.
Drive on talkSPORT. Champions League Drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent alongside.
Great tune.
Producer Joe is in front of me. To his left, my right is Jack. He's on the drums today. Jack, can we have some David Bowie at some stage? I was listening to that on my way in. Bowie or Bowie? Bowie or Bowie?
David Bowie, I say. Okay. Whenever I hear this tune, it always reminds me of American Gangster. Denzel Washington. What a film.
It's okay.
Frank Lucas. Oh, okay. What a film.
It's okay.
No, it's
okay. We'll find out what you're watching at the moment in IMDb. Yeah. What you got up for at 3 a.m. I woke up, by the way, at 5:30 this morning. Scooter Frank was all over my face, licking my face off. Wanted to go out for a little wee-wee in the garden, right?
Yuck.
So I went down there, and I looked out the garden, and the sun was just coming out, and it was beautiful out, it was warm, and I was like, I can't go back to sleep.
Have you not got a problem with a dog licking your face when you wake up?
No.
Oh, nice.
I've told you, when I get in from being at work, we have this thing that he waits for me on the couch, like tails, his backside's going like that. He's come on, Dad, get on the couch. He jumps, because it's only a little thing, onto my chest,
yeah,
and he licks my face before I've seen the wife and the kids.
Tough.
Mate, you're not a dog lover. If you're a dog lover, you get that.
Nah, but nah, still.
You're not a dog lover.
Listen, I'm not a dog lover.
You're not a dog lover. You don't love dogs or dogs, do you? Anything beginning with D.
It's different, that. Licking your face.
What's wrong with that? Okay, Producer Joe, you used to have a dog, didn't you? You understand that? See?
No, he doesn't. No, see, look. He's not. Look, let's let him know.
Okay, well, you're the weird one. Look at your face. Just quickly, Southampton moved into the playoff spots to the 5-1 win away at Wrexham last night. Leicester, oh dear, we just saw this, have lost an appeal against their 6-point deduction for breaching financial rules. Right, we're taking your calls. Do England actually deserve 5 Champions League spots? 03717 223344. Johnny's first up. Hello, John.
How you doing, guys? You okay?
John, have you got a dog?
Yes, I do. Come on, the dogs.
Right.
I've got a wee border collie called Boyd.
And have you got any problem with your dog licking your face?
Absolutely not. It's a sign of love.
Exactly what it is. It's like another child, right?
Yeah. What? Better than a child
Better
sometimes.
than a child, yeah. They don't argue. They don't want money and they don't argue with you. It's beautiful. Go on then, John.
God was in love.
What's your view on all things Champions League?
So, I don't think that these bigger groups like France, Germany, England should be getting that at all, because it's stopping the game from growing in the smaller leagues across Europe. So just using my own situation, Celtic, we are now, and other clubs that won that league, are not going to get into the Champions League. So the game's not getting a chance to grow. They win the league, but they can't get into the Champions League because England, France, Germany, they're all getting 2 or 3 teams straight in, which is it's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I don't know how you do it. Maybe there's even 2 goes in from the you automatically win the league in the second place, and then there's a playoff for who gets in. But I just think 6 is ridiculous.
Yeah, 6 is nuts.
Nuts.
It's nearly a third. It's over a quarter.
I mean, we've just had 6, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Fraser, Spurs fan, is up next. Hi, Fraser.
How you going on? All right?
You're good, man. Have you got a dog?
No.
Asking the same question then.
I wouldn't have I wouldn't let a dog lick my face either.
Yeah, that's because you're not a dog lover, right?
No.
It's because Fraser's clean, that's why.
No.
What are you saying about dog owners? They're dirty?
No, you let it lick your face. Jack just said to me that eats poop. That's nasty, that.
Oh, Jack eats poop? Fraser, you're a Spurs fan, so sadly this conversation doesn't affect you anymore.
No, it won't affect us for a while, I don't think.
No.
But listen, the VAR is not in the Championship next year, so that's something to look forward to.
It's what? Say that again?
Said VAR isn't in the Championship, so that's something to look forward to.
That is something, yeah, if you go down. What's your view on all these Champions League spots then?
So remember, maybe about a year ago, Super League and everybody kicked off against it.
Yeah.
They've ultimately got what they wanted, because it's all the big teams that are in it that are generating the most revenue now. Darren's right, the competition, it needs to have its name changed to something or other. But ultimately, nobody wants to watch the champions of Finland or the champions of Lithuania play. They want to watch the big teams.
That is true.
And I agree with your previous caller, Rangers, Celtic, Hearts, whoever wins the league this year should go into the Champions League. But ultimately, the money's not there and there's not a clamber for it. And UEFA have ultimately got what they wanted from it.
Yeah, good call. Thank you for that. I agree with everything you said. Mike's a Portsmouth fan. Hello, Mike.
Hello, Andy. You're right.
Mike, you've got a dog. I can tell. You sound like a nice person.
I have got a dog. He's a beautiful 5-month Japanese Akita.
Oh wow, yeah.
And he licks my face to death when I get home from work.
You got a problem with that? Or do you love it?
No, absolutely. No, I lick his face back. I don't give a monkeys.
That is a little bit weird. Yeah, I don't. I'll be honest. I kiss my dog. I don't lick him though.
Yeah, what? Anyway, no, it's fine. We're all different.
Okay. When you go for a walk with him, do you have a lead on you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's walking who? Yeah, I know.
Okay. I think Bruce Willis was in that film. Right, go on then. What do you want to say, Mike?
I think it should be strictly top 4, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
It's called the Champions. It's stretching it a bit, calling it a Champions League with a top 4 finish, but.
But if you're a Portsmouth fan, right? If they were hovering around 5th in the Premier League, you'd be all over it.
I mean, yes, but imagine as well how the Everton fans felt after Liverpool won the Champions League and Everton got top 4.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
But UEFA were like, "Nah, mate, you're not getting in there because Liverpool won the Champions League and we're changing the rules now." That must have been a kick in the teeth for them. But yeah, I mean, I see what you mean. Like if Portsmouth had an opportunity, and I'd be like, yeah, absolutely, it'd be amazing. But I mean, it's great for fans, it's great for the football club in terms of money and all that rubbish. But I think, in the grand scheme of things, it's wrong. But yeah, I don't know. It's just it's all a bit. It's all about just for money, isn't it?
I was going to say, Mike, thanks for your comment. It's all about the money.
Can't they just move up the tier? So like, I don't know, top.
Can't they what?
Top 2 Champions League, then from 3rd downwards to, I don't know, 5th is UEFA, and then conference.
But look at the big clubs we've got in England that would miss out.
I get that, but come on, you can't just be letting everyone in.
Do you think it'd be better if like 1 and 2 qualified, and then 3, 4, 5, and 6 play off for the next?
Yeah, even that. Then 3, you go, okay, fair enough. But not bloody 6, 7.
Yeah, that is 6, 7 kids like that. Still to come, we're discussing who's better out of Harry Kane or Kylian Mbappe. But first, it's time for a bit of no googling. We want to know, when was the last Champions League final we saw both teams score? I think we had that last week, didn't we?
Both teams to score?
Yeah. You like that question?
Yeah.
Champions League final, both teams scored.
I think it was last year 5-0.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of Champions League final is that?
Oh no, that's insane. That's insane. But you wouldn't have predicted that before the game started. We are talking Arsenal. Keown's Corner coming up at 5 o'clock. Goonies, you can dial in now if you want. 03717 223344.
I mean, I know you want to be diplomatic and you'll maybe tiptoe around a bit. Would you have gone in for the Tottenham job? Would you have taken it? Given what we've seen, we've watched Tottenham and everyone's sort of dancing around it.
You just mentioned something there, and this would be more important to me, and obviously the career I've had, it does pay well. I wouldn't go in there. I wouldn't look in for money. They could offer me a massive amount of money. I'm sure they're capable of it, and I'm sure, well, allegedly, they've offered De Zerbi a massive amount of money.
It would have been about
no, it'd have been about what you're going to gain me as a human being. What would I gain, right? You go in there, you get the job done. 6 games into next season. If you're not in the top 4 and the football's not what they want, rubbish, get them out. So you're not going to gain a lot there, are you? So then, and that's if you get the job done, because it's not easy. And then you don't get the job done, and then somehow it's on my neck that I took Tottenham down. You go, well, that ain't good for me as a human. This is not even about football. I'm going, well, that ain't good, is it?
What do you reckon?
You know what I mean? So I go, and then you get some money, and I go, well, I'm not thirsty for that. I've got some money, so how much do you want?
You know the dynamic of the industry. We all know the 2 biggest commodities in football are talent and gossip, right? Or money and gossip. Money and gossip, right?
You must have. I don't know if it's an equal measure. Money and gossip beats talent.
Money and gossip was what I meant. Money and gossip, right? What do you think is wrong with Tottenham?
Well, I mean, I find it I find it really interesting from the outside. I know Thomas. And if I was a Tottenham fan, and I know a few, I thought the manager was getting a hell of a lot of heat and weight on that. And if I was Tottenham, I'd be looking at some of the players, me personally, I'd be going, hang on a minute. Look at all this money they've spent. And money doesn't guarantee anything, by the way. It's another myth about football. But it gives you a better chance. And you're going, right, so they're spending this money. Look at these players. Allegedly, I keep hearing this, and I don't Forest, all these talented players. Talent is when you deliver. You can be telling if you're not delivering, that ain't talent.
Arne Slot hopes Alexander Isak can make an impact on his return from injury against Paris Saint-Germain tonight. He hasn't played since December, but is back in the squad for tonight's game, live on talkSPORT.
Close to a week of team training sessions now, so he can play a part, otherwise I wouldn't take him. I decided not to take him to the Etihad because we felt that he wasn't able to get a performance out of him yet. And since he's with us now, we do think that we can get a performance out of him now.
Elsewhere, Simon Jordan's praised Liam Rosenior for the ban he's given to Enzo Fernandez after he said he'd love to live in Madrid. But he says Marc Cucurella should have been punished as well for criticising club transfer policies in an interview.
I would prefer that there would be a sanction for both players so that you're showing some degree of even-handedness, which is there is a message, which is you do not talk out of school. You can have your issues internally. You can talk to the management internally.
And Hearts manager Derek McInnes says a key fixture in the Scottish Premiership title race was always going to be scheduled at the death. He's taking his team to Celtic on the final day.
You know, hopefully, as I say, we're still in with a chance of winning the title going into that last game. I think it's an unbelievable fixture if we are. In particular, if Celtic have still got a chance as well, you know, so it's if both teams are still in the mix for winning a league, it's the most dramatic fixture you can have.
Hearts are currently top, 1 point above Rangers and 3 clear of Celtic.
Tune and a half, isn't it? Tunes, we're playing tunes today. Champions League drive and talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein, DB. What, you don't like it?
Who is it?
Bit of Stones, isn't it?
You have no idea.
It is a bit of Stones, isn't it?
You wait for Jack to tell you.
He didn't tell me it's the Rolling Stones. It's a good tune. Before the break, ask a question. Last Champions League final, both teams' score was what, Darren Bent?
Give me the year.
2018.
Liverpool, Real Madrid.
Yeah, what was
Bale. Was it Bale, that one?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was that one.
You don't know, do you?
I do, because I can see the amount of goals Real Madrid scored.
3.
3-1.
Yeah.
Unbelievable goal.
So if I can remember, so Bale scored obviously the overhead, and then Carrick dropped it.
Yeah.
Was it also one? Did he make the mistake for the back pass?
2, yeah.
And Benzema scored.
Yeah.
I think.
No, he did. He did.
Yeah.
Made 2 terrible.
Overhead kick. Do you know what? That doesn't get spoken about enough. That goal.
You're right. Is that better than Zidane's at Hampden Park?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
So much has been made of Ronaldo at Juventus, which was incredible. But Bale, Champions League final.
I'm going to give you one which helps your argument. Ronaldinho. I think Barca needed to score 3 goals.
Rivaldo, boss.
Rivaldo, yeah.
The last one's
to get through to the next select.
Did you see that hat-trick?
He scored all 3 of them.
Did you see the hat-trick?
And he chested it, he pumped it up, and then outside the area.
Even his free kick.
Even his free kick was nuts. Well, all 3 goals were unbelievable for that hat-trick.
He's another one who doesn't get the respect.
He sort of shot himself in the foot with the thing that happened at the corner flag.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, he does?
No, it doesn't.
He does?
No, it doesn't.
Okay,
does Maradona shoot himself in the foot when he handballed it?
No.
There you go.
He did, but the Rivaldo one was a little bit... Come on, mate.
Honestly, do you know what's funny?
That was the front 3, wasn't it?
Yeah. You always trying to banter me about Ronaldinho, and then you sent me on his debut.
Yeah.
That goal's a joke.
Yeah, I was insane. No, listen, great player. probably the most skillful player.
Oh, naturally
ever.
gifted ever.
Yeah, but because there wasn't longevity in his game,
He's still one of the greatest players of all time.
I don't know, mate.
He is, mate.
I think you need.
He completed it.
I think he did complete it.
Ballon d'Or, World Cup, Champions League, Copa America.
Yeah. Yeah, he was all right.
Completed, mate.
Still to come, we'll be asking if hate watching is a plague on football. Jeez, who's writing this? Shakespeare. But now, Bayern Munich were 2-1 winners away to Real Madrid in the Champions League quarter-final first leg last night. Luis Diaz put Bayern in the lead before Harry Kane made it 2 just after half-time. What a goal that was, by the way. That was before Kylian Mbappe pulled one back to keep the tie alive ahead of next week's second leg. Stats this season, all comps. Mbappe, 39 goals, 6 assists in 37. 39 in 37. Kane, 49 goals in 41. Now, you would have Mbappe.
I mean, if you count the FIFA Club World Cup, he's on 52 goals in 46 games.
That's nuts. Now, listen, no one's wrong here.
No.
But all I'll say is I do feel that Harry Kane is more of a team player. I just feel Mbappe, like most of those players for Real Madrid, they all adore themselves so much. If they were all chocolate, they'd all eat themselves. There'd be nothing left.
Yeah.
Just be kits lying on the floor. Because you look at like Vinicius Jr. last night, right? I'm not saying he's a one-trick pony, but what he does, he collects the ball on the left, cuts in and smashes it 40 yards over the bar, and then blames other people. Like, oh, it must have been the ball. Oh. And Mbappe, I can't fault him. But if you're looking for an all-rounder, goal scorer, teammate, captain, Harry Kane for me has absolutely everything.
Let me ask you a question then. World Cup final tomorrow. You've got the choice of one or the other. Who are you picking?
What?
It's not even close.
Well, for me, it is.
Well, of course it's not.
For me, it is because I think the team will get more out of Harry Kane being in it.
We've seen Harry Kane in 2 finals.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
No. Answer that question. What's he done?
Yeah, okay. I thought of that last night when so last night he stepped up.
No, listen. I said World Cup final. We've seen Harry Kane in 2 finals.
Yeah, not World Cup final. Yeah.
No, okay, Euro finals.
Yeah. He was injured for both of them at some point.
No, it's not unfair. You've seen Mbappe in 2 World Cup finals.
Yeah.
What have you seen?
Yeah, I agree with you. But Mbappe is in a team with much better players than Harry Kane is.
We talk about England team like they're as good as France.
We don't.
Yeah, they do.
We don't. No one's ever said that.
No, listen, I'm taking Mbappe every day of the week. Like, listen, I love Kane. I think Kane is absolutely top draw. But I've Mbappe season upon season.
I don't know if Mbappe in the dressing room is going to be good for the team.
Maybe not. But if you talk about individual ability, he is incredible as well.
Okay, but they're both unbelievable finishers.
Yep.
I wouldn't say one's better than the other. I would say Kane's...
No, I'd say Kane's a better finisher.
Okay, I'd say Kane's a better header of the ball.
Okay, yeah. Mbappe's quicker.
I'd say Kane's range of passing is better.
Yeah.
And Mbappe's quicker.
Yeah, but also as well...
By greyhound.
Yeah, but I always think as well, when you've got the game of your life, you go...
I think that would change this summer.
No, but we've seen it already. Mbappe don't shrink.
I don't think Kane does, mate. Last night he stepped up. Real Madrid away, and he scores from outside the area with an unbelievable sort of...
Okay, 2 Euro finals. Nothing.
Yeah, but that's... Mate, that's...
No, okay, Champions League final.
Okay, did he ever score in big games
Champions League
the
final.
Prem?
Champions League final.
Yeah, but he's playing for Spurs, mate.
See, you can't keep making excuses.
I can.
You can't keep making excuses.
If you stick Mbappe in that Spurs side,
yes.
let me tell you...
I bet he steps up.
I bet... All right.
Listen, I think... I think that Kane is unbelievable. So I'm not trying to disrespect him because I think he is top draw. My personal preference is just Mbappe.
But you've just confirmed all he's got over Kane is speed.
Yeah, but I just feel all round that I'm going to get more out of him. Like I don't think, regardless of the game, I just feel like he's going to offer you more.
Let me just show of hands in the gallery. Who would take Kane over Mbappe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, there's only 3 people in.
Yeah, but I've times it by 2. It's like Barb.
Yeah.
Oh, 3. Hand at the back went, yeah? Minnie Thatcher went, look, there he is.
I mean,
3 out of 3.
What did Mbappe do in his only Champions League final? Yeah, but what did he do in the last 2 World Cup finals, which is the biggest game on the planet?
He lost one of them, didn't he?
Yeah, it's got a hat-trick in it.
He lost it. We should have got 4. Why didn't he get 4?
Okay, then your boy. What did he do in his Euro final?
He was injured, I told you.
No, he wasn't injured. He played.
Yeah, but he was still injured. You know that, D.
No, I'm taking Mbappe.
Okay, all right. You're entitled to be wrong.
No, I'm entitled to win.
Okay.
I'm entitled to win.
Quick word about Trent. We saw the best and the worst of him, right? The cross for the goal was unbelievable, but defensively, there are question marks. And that's why I just don't think Thomas Tuchel's going to take him. I think
his part.
Pass for the goal?
Not the pass for the goal, but the one where Vinicius Junior scored. I know it's a bit of a bad defender from Upamecano, who, by the way, is...
Oh, he's dreadful. He's dreadful in front of both goals, isn't he?
Yeah, the finish.
How's he start for the national side?
I know. That's going to be a interesting debate, but I just think defensively for Trent, man, his problem he's got, technically going forward, he's as good as there is from that position.
Yes.
But when you compare him and Reece James, Reece James' range of passing is up there with the best of them as well. But defensively as well, 1v1 battles, it's like he prides himself on, I ain't losing this battle. I ain't losing this battle. And that's why I think for such a long time, I know Reece James has had his injury problems, but Kyle Walker, like in terms of, didn't have the same kind of technical aspect going forward as Trent, but defensively 1v1, he's like, I don't care, give me Vinicius, Mbappe, it doesn't matter. You can trust him defensively. With Trent coming up against some of those guys, you'd have to pick and choose the opposition. But I do think you should go, because if you're playing a team that's got a low block, there's no space, his range of passing can unlock anyone.
I agree with that. He should go.
He should go. No, I'm not saying start. Depending on the game,
He should go.
If a team come apart the bus, then you play him.
He's a better option than what's your right back?
Ben White.
He's a better option than Ben
Yeah,
White.
he's got more going forward for sure.
I just think he's got more in his game.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that fair?
Yeah, I'd say so. Defensively, Ben White's better. But
I don't know about that.
He is.
I don't know about that. I mean, you're basically implying Trent can't defend if you say that.
People have been saying that for years.
He can defend. I don't. Okay.
Andy, come on.
No, he can't. I wouldn't say Ben White's a great defender.
I didn't say great. I just said defensively, he's better defensively than Trent.
I think they're similar.
But going forward, there's no competition.
Yeah, okay.
There's no comparison.
Right. Let's quickly turn our attention to a bit of golf, because Rory McIlroy will get the defence of his Masters title underway tomorrow. I can't wait for that. talkSPORT will, of course, keep you up to date right throughout. Now, since 1952, the Champions Dinner has become an annual tradition at Augusta National and takes place on Tuesday, or the Tuesday of Masters Week, which, of course, was yesterday. As defending champion, McIlroy had the job of setting the menu for this year's event. He'll be paying the entire bill, and it costs $318 per head. Not a lot of money. Just quickly, I was listening to Brazil and Gabby this morning, and Brazil said something like, "Oh, the Masters starts. Can't wait for that." And Gabby went, "Where is it this year?" And there was just a silence, and then Brazil was like, "Augusta, it's there every single year." What would your Rory's menu was, right? So his appetizers were peach and ricotta flatbread, blimey, bacon wrapped dates, rock shrimp tempura, and grilled elk sliders. I've got to put my glasses on for this. That sounds horrific. Main course, choice between Wagyu filet mignon or seared salmon, sides of sautéed Brussels sprouts, glazed carrots with brown butter.
He's really gone in this one.
And crispy onion rings. Jeez. Dessert, we like this. Sticky toffee pudding, served warm with vanilla ice cream and rich toffee sauce. That sounds good. So we thought we'd ask Benny to put together his own menu, Masters menu. So let's just say you've won the Masters last year and you come back. What are you offering all your guests for starters?
The starters, you've got a choice. You can either have...
No, there's no choice.
Yeah, there's going to be selection.
No, you go straight in, mate. Straight in.
No, but beef carpaccio, beautiful.
Hot or cold? I'm joking.
Okay. And prawn cocktail.
That's so Garfunkel's.
Yes, but hey, prawn cocktail. Listen, I get it, but sometimes the simple things are the best.
You know what? Sometimes a prawn cocktail is unbelievable. You are right. You are right with that, yeah.
Right, for my main...
Choose one of them.
Beef carpaccio.
Okay.
With a bit of, what's the cheese? The hard cheese called again?
Cheddar.
No, not Parmesan on top.
That's not hard, is it, Parmesan?
Yeah, you can do, yes. Yeah, some of it is, yes. Like
Isn't that what you have over a spag bowl?
Yeah, that's after I have to scrape it, because it's hard.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, hard when it's not scraped.
Yep. Main meal, I'd probably go with...
Now, this is what I'm looking forward to. You're treating everyone to what? You don't have to cook it. So you get the best chefs from all over the world in.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah, you're not cooking it for 318 people.
Okay, here we go. So,
oh, yeah, you're getting the top of the top.
T-bone steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, proper T-bone.
Yeah, like that.
With chips.
Right. What, hold on, fries or fat chips?
Fat chips.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And broccoli, tender stem broccoli.
Okay.
With a little bit of chili and garlic over the top of it.
That sounds nice. Yeah, I like this. Is good.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Dessert.
No. Well, hold on, what sauce are you having with that?
You can have béarnaise.
Yeah.
Which I like. Peppercorn.
Yeah, a bit of English mustard.
English mustard on the side. These are all condiments. Ketchup for those who...
Yeah, I like the ketchup.
No, but I'm going to go with the mustard, the peppercorn, and the béarnaise.
Okay. This is good. The dessert. Now, Rory, to be fair, sticky toffee pudding.
Nah, I'm not really big on that.
Although he's gone served warm vanilla ice cream. I would always go cold ice cream. How can you have warm ice cream? It just melts, doesn't it? The toffee's served warm. Right, I get it.
Can I have a choice for this? I've spent the money on it, so...
Come on.
No, but choice out of two things.
Okay.
Well,
tell me what the two are, and then you have to choose one.
Apple pie, hot with custard or ice cream. It's up to you.
You going hot or cold custard?
Well, it's personal preference. I prefer my custard cold.
Yeah, me too.
Right? So that's personal preference.
A lot of custard? I imagine you'd have a lot of custard.
Yeah, I'd have a lot of custard, yeah. Or cream. Bit of cream there if you want.
Okay.
And then the other one would probably be... So I was going to go cheesecake, right? But that's a little bit middle of the road.
You could go nuts and go like chalk ice.
Chalk ice? That's stiff. Chalk
Just
ice?
saying, you can go a little bit.
Chalk ice?
I'm just saying, you can go if you want to go a little bit left field.
No, I don't want left field.
All right.
Dessert. So you go apple pie.
What's the chocolate thing where you cut it open and all the chocolate?
Like a chocolate fondue.
Yeah, no, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, decent. Oh, I'd probably go.
Bit of Viennetta?
I do that. No, I like a bit of banoffee, you know.
Banoffee pie?
Yeah, but do you know what I'm going to go for? I'm going to go for. I've gone blank. Cookie dough. Big warm cookie, hot, vanilla ice cream on top.
What?
It's unbelievable.
What, a cookie? An actual cookie?
It's a big cookie that you cook warm.
Is that a thing or you just made that up?
No, it comes. You can get it from Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
Put it in the oven, take it out, and you know when you break the cooking, it's warm chocolate with ice cream on top, vanilla ice cream. Oof.
Okay, that's good. That's good. What bread would you have? You know, when you're waiting for your food, you're a little bit hungry. What sort of bread you
Selection.
Selection.
Yeah.
Warm bread?
But it's, yeah, cool. You have the. And by the way, my butter that comes to the table would be stored in the cupboard. So when you try and butter it, you're not ripping the bread because it's too hard. There's nothing worse.
What? I don't get that.
You go to a restaurant.
What's that all about?
I'm not trying to butter a brick.
No, I know. And all the bread goes. You just got a lump of
the thinnest slice of bread, right? The hardest butter. You're trying to spread it. It's just ripping the bread to slices.
Yeah, I don't get that.
What am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah, but I've told you about how you get around that problem. We've got one of those butter things upside down
I don't do that in restaurants.
Yeah, but I'll send you a picture of that.
I get that. I mean, Jack, potato peeler, Jack, honestly.
Jack, what do you mean use a potato peeler? Right, that's what Jack does. But Jack, you can't go to the Ivy, and when they bring out butter, you can't go, can I have a potato peeler, please? A potato peeler for the peasant on table 4, please. Potato peeler.
Honestly. But no, yeah, you think you'd enjoy that.
All right, that's nice.
T-bone, unbelievable steak.
Yeah. How are you cooking it?
However you want it. I am personally medium well.
Yeah.
What are you? You're rare, aren't you?
No, medium.
I am.
Yeah, like a little bit of blood.
I had a T-bone the other day. Unbelievable.
Where's that from?
Fox and Vivian.
No, I forget that.
No, honestly.
Yeah.
No, listen to me.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know, mate. They're booked up till like summer of 2028 because of you.
No, listen to me.
No, we haven't
one
got
second.
time.
I know.
You've given them enough.
No, but can I say something? Their menu midweek.
Management will come down on you.
Their menu midweek.
Brilliant.
Is different compared to the
All
Sundays.
right, fine, okay.
The T-bone steak.
Yeah.
I swear to you.
Big shout out to Lamborghini.
Hey, Joe.
Me and Bent will be back right after this. Live at Java Talk Sport.
Can he do it, Ray? Well, he has got the players. There's no doubt about that. I think Tudor. They made the right decision getting rid of Tudor. Yeah. There's no doubt that he wasn't the man to get the best out of the players. You could sense that they wasn't having him at all. No.
And if you lose the dressing room, some big players in the dressing room, you're in trouble straight away. Probably the press didn't help him when he was going to the press saying they got to run more, they got to do this more. You can say to the players individually that, but you don't do it in the press.
Yeah.
Straight away, you're on the back foot.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
as a player.
What about Romero, Ray? Because you're not
Yeah,
happy
I'm not
with...
too sure about his attitude at the moment. Look, De Zerbi might be totally different with De Zerbi. I think he didn't want to be there under Tudor. Yeah. And he may be influencing other players around him, I don't know. But he said there's 7 cup finals there. There was 8 cup finals before the Forest game, and they lost that one. So, you know, it's a situation now. It's not all about what style of football you play, what tactics you make. It's all about mentality now. For De Zerbi's got to get into those players and say, look, this is so much at stake for us. The next 7 games are massive for the club, massive for the fans.
Yeah.
You go out there, you prove that you're good enough, and you prove that, to me, that you want to be part of this club going forward next season.
Yeah.
And that's work rate, that's wanting it more than the other team, that's mentality by saying, like, we ain't going to get beat today, and all those sort of things got to come into it.
Yeah.
It's not all about tactics and all that. Oh,
No.
you've got the right tactics now with him playing. Don't get me wrong, he'll put a team out that's competitive and whatever.
Champions League drama took sport me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. I'm going to ask you a question. So, do you know this is? No. Rolling Stones. Who do we have before the last break?
David Bowie.
No, Rolling Stones. Okay. But I did ask Jack for David Bowie, right?
Yeah.
You just got it wrong, have you?
Is this royalty free?
He just keeps playing Rolling Stones. What's going on? Jack, come on, man. Bowie. Do a bit of Bowie and I'll get you a potato peeler. Still to come, we'll be joined by a former darts champion in the world, Luke Humphries. Just quickly, talkSPORT Drive, our show, we have been nominated for another award. And we need your help to win this one. We've been nominated for Best Radio Talk Show at the Television and Radio Industry Awards. You, the public, my favourite people on the planet, decide. So to vote for me and Bentley, listen, it's very, very quick to do, right? And we'd really appreciate it. Right? I think a lot of presenters on various stations, they just read this and they don't care. We really care about this. We really want it.
Well, so you're going to put the award back in your toilet, don't you?
No, Joe can have this one. All right, or you. Not Jackie, doesn't do anything. But we really want this one. And we need your help. So if you could vote for us, it takes 2 minutes. We'd much appreciate it. Just head to trick.org.uk. trick.org.uk. Select talkSPORT Drive as Best Radio Talk Show. And then we've got a chance to make producer Joe happy. Time now for this.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Yeah, time now for today's bet. Our friends of Paddy Power. Let's welcome Max Thompson to the show. Tomo.
Hey guys, how's things?
Yeah, well, good, man. How are you?
All good.
Good, thanks so much for coming on. We've got you on because we are looking forward to tonight's first leg in the Champions League quarterfinal. Liverpool travel to PSG. Can you remind everyone how the bet builder works and the charity that hopefully will benefit? We've got a lot of these wrong recently, but hopefully we'll get this one right tonight.
Yeah, fingers crossed for this one. So Andy's got a pick, Bentley's got a pick, the producer has a pick, the people have a pick, which is the most popular bet on Paddy Power at the minute. I've got a pick, and this all comes together for a 5-leg bet builder, which hopefully will win, and all the proceeds go to our charity partner, which is the Attitude Foundation.
Right, here we go. It's a 5-leg bet builder, as you mentioned. These are our picks. I've gone for PSG to win the game.
Yeah, PSG to win. Obviously, the current holders of the Champions League, and they're up against Liverpool side, who have only won one of their last 5 games. So you'd expect it to be relatively easy for Paris Saint-Germain tonight.
EV?
I've gone for over 2.5 goals in the game, please.
Yeah, just have to look at the last Champions League game PSG were in against Chelsea. It was 3-0 and 5-2, so I'd expect them to have no troubles in front of goal tonight.
The next one is producer Joe. What's he gone for?
He's gone for Kvaratskhelia to have 2 shots on target.
Yeah, Kvaratskhelia, yeah.
Yeah. 3 goals over the 2 games against Chelsea, so you'd expect him to at least have 2 shots on target, if not score.
Okay, 3 down, 2 to go. Dembele to score or assist is what the people have gone for.
Yeah, the people are looking at Dembele. He scored against Liverpool last season, and if you follow your French football, he scored twice on Friday night, so you'd expect him to hit the target as well tonight.
And the last one is yours, Max. What are you going for?
I have Szoboszlai to have a shot on target, top scorer for Liverpool in the Champions League this season with 5 goals, and he's by far their best player, so you'd expect him to at least have a shot on target tonight.
Okay. All of that means what? Can you remind me of the BetBuilder Insurance and the charity that will benefit when we get this right?
Yeah, so Super Sub applies to those player selections. Odds of around 8-1 for this one. We're going to place £10 on it, so that would hopefully return £90 for our charity partner, the Attitude Foundation.
Fingers crossed. Thanks so much for coming on, Max. We'll speak to you in a bit. Have a good one.
Cheers, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, man. There you go. That's Paddy Power's Bet Builder for today. Minimum 25 obligated plus begambleaware.org.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Someone's putting an Arctic roll.
Yeah, old school.
Yeah.
Arctic roll. What would you have with that? Ice cream, I suppose, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think so.
That's nice. I was watching the golf. You know, everyone's getting very excited about the Masters.
Yep.
See the first one at Faldo tonight. There was a video of him with his caddy when he was winning.
Yeah.
He had alongside him Fanny. Do you know that? His golf was called Fanny. Yeah. No. Female caddy. Caddies make such a difference.
Did they? Oh, you said you had one at Beaverbrook.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. Although I was better than him. I didn't really understand how that worked. Anyway, when we come back, I know lots of Arsenal fans have been waiting for this moment. You can pick up the phone. We're talking about hate watching, as in you love to watch a team lose rather than watch a better game of football on the other channel. So if that's you, 03717223344. I won't lie to you, it's definitely me. Is it you? When we come back, Arsenal is where it's at. Keown's Corner, right after this.
And in another experimental training ground activity, Arsenal's players have been pictured working in groups to avoid dropping pens on the floor while dribbling the ball. You'll see this on the screen now if you're watching the show. Gabby, I don't know enough about it, but it looks more a kind of bonding thing. The lads are having a laugh and whatever it is they've got to do, keep the ball up, no drop the pen. I don't think there's any harm in that, do you?
Yeah, well, I mean, we didn't have the pens, but you'd always do stuff like that, Ali.
Correct.
Especially when, like, a new manager come in to try and lift morale, maybe when the team's struggling.
Yeah.
You'd make training fun and you'd do little relays and something to get the lads...
Can I take their mind off it?
Exactly.
And listen, they're under pressure. They are under pressure probably like they've never been before this season, right?
Yes.
Because all of a sudden, myself included, we're all talking about, quadruples in here, and all of a sudden it's down to a double. Make no mistake about it, these are the two biggest tournaments that they would have wanted to win, and I still fancy them to do the league. Champions League, I'm not so sure, but mate, you know better than anybody, this is the first time they've actually been under, I think, a real bit of pressure.
I think, like I said it to Perry, and he probably disagreed, Ali, but yes, Arsenal might get better, but Manchester United will get better, Ali. You know, the money that they can spend without Champions League football, they showed in the summer, 250 million. What can they spend this summer qualifying for the Champions League? Chelsea will improve, will sign players. Liverpool will have Isak back.
You're right.
You know, they'll get better. They'll have Leone back, the centre-half. They will sign players. So why not dominate now, Premier League and Champions League?
From the Toffees to the Tractor Boys, the Eagles to the Seagulls, Gunners, Bees, Hammers and Magpies, Premier League teams have got a load of crazy nicknames. Ever wondered where they came from? Let's start with Everton. They're dubbed the Toffees, but why? Well, because when the club was formed, just down the road there were two local toffee shops. Ye Ancient Everton Toffee House and Mother Noblet's Toffee Shop were big fan favourites. Next, they say if you can't beat 'em, join 'em, and that's exactly what Ipswich Town did when it came to their nickname. The term Tractor Boys used to be chanted by their opponents as a way of putting the team down for their farming background. But during one game back in the late 90s, Ipswich were 1-0 up and they decided to flip the script. 1-0 to the Tractor Boys, they sang, and a new nickname was born. Let's head to Leicester, famous for more than just a red, orangey cheese and Jamie Vardy. Leicestershire's also the birthplace of fox hunting, hence the Foxes. Next up, turns out apples are not the only fruit that don't fall far from the tree. Bournemouth's nickname, the Cherries, comes from the fact the club's stadium was originally built right next to a bunch of cherry orchards. This next story actually involves two club nicknames. It started with Crystal Palace. They were having an absolute nightmare run back in the early 70s. They'd been relegated after a terrible spell and manager Malcolm Allison decided enough was enough. He wanted a new nickname, something strong, fast and destined for success. Something exactly like an eagle. But there's more to this one. Brighton were in search of a nickname too, and Palace finally gave them what they needed. In a heated match between the two back in 1976, Palace fans began chanting, "Eagles, Eagles." And some clever Brighton fans came up with the perfect reply, "Seagulls, Seagulls." Not all club nicknames have a crazy story though. Take the Gunners. That just comes from the fact a group of munitions workers in the Royal Arsenal factory in Woolwich set up the club in 1886. On the flip side, some nicknames seem simple, but there's a bit more to them. Like West Ham. The Hammers is actually nothing to do with the ham part of the name. It comes from the fact the club used to be called Thames Ironworks FC and was made up of workmen and shipbuilders. So next time the away end's chanting their crazy nickname, you'll now know exactly where it came from.
laughing at? Why are you laughing? Because you know what's coming.
No.
Why are you laughing? What have you done? You've done something.
No, I haven't.
Welcome back to our number 2 of Champions League Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, the Housewife's favourite, Andy Goldstein, and the superstar amongst superstars, Darren Bent.
Don't take fun from other people losing their demise.
In their demise, don't have fun with it. We'll be doing that in a moment. And also, in this hour, we'll be joined by your mate, former darts champion of the world, Luke Humphries. Call hand Luke's on the show. But now, this is such a great subject. Is hate watching a plague now on football?
And an opportunity for Fellows to come into the penalty area. Charge with a shot! Southampton lead again! And that may well be the goal that takes the Saints into the semi-finals.
Has anyone seen Arsenal? Has anyone seen Mikel Arteta? Can you hear me, Mikel Arteta?
I can't understand it. The noise around us is so much louder all the time. It does feel like there's a lot of people against us.
Oh, here's the moment! They've done it! Kai Havertz in stoppage time! Arsenal are going to win in Lisbon!
Yeah, Arsenal 1-0 winners away at Sporting last night. Kai Havertz scoring the winner in stoppage time as well. It followed back-to-back defeats to Man City and Southampton in the Carabao Cup final, and of course the last day of the FA Cup. So all of that, of course, means it's time now for this.
Keown's Corner.
If you want to be a good presenter and you want to go to the next level, don't take fun from other people losing their demise.
Well, your problem was with Andy Goldstein.
Oh, 100%, yeah. He's having a giggle.
Yeah, it's time for Keown's Corner, where we pay tribute to the legendary Daily Arsenal as well as former unbeatable Mike.
Hey, listen, stop saying that.
Who played
Invincible.
3 big matches.
Yeah,
that
it's
season.
huge.
He only played 270 minutes more than I did that season.
Doesn't matter.
And of course, Martin doesn't like people having fun or taking fun from
No,
people losing their demise.
It doesn't like you.
Doesn't like people losing their fun of demise. 3 games whole season.
No, but listen.
2 throw-ins and an indirect free kick.
Legend. He's an Arsenal legend.
Well, he's taking the fun out of people's demise. Mikel Arteta spoke to the media last night without moving his forehead, and he said the result was a reminder of what his side can do.
Because the demands from August is win and win and win and win, and if you don't win, it's a disaster and it's not enough, and you don't win for trophies, and what are we doing? Yeah, so that's fine, but they need some perspective, especially from my side, a big reminder of what we are as a team and the things that have brought us where we are, and take it, live the present, do your best, and let's see what happens.
Go on, Gaffer.
Was he surprised? Oh, you couldn't tell. Now, there was a huge game.
Joe, when we do a show at Tonnington Arms, can't wait for it. I can't wait till we do a show from Tonnington Arms. When is that?
There was a massive game last night. Real Madrid took on Bayern Munich, right? At the same time. Yeah. Some of the best players in the world on show. But many people, including me, decided to watch Arsenal in the hope that they would lose. Okay? Now,
it's quite embarrassing.
What I don't understand is why Arsenal fans can't understand that. I don't get that. Because this isn't the first time it's happened. It's every team that runs away with the Premier League. So I had lots of it in the 90s and the noughties with Man United. Liverpool had it the year they nearly won it, and then won it. Man City have had it for a lot. And now it's your turn. I don't get why Arsenal fans, including you, and more so including Martin Keown, can't understand why it happens. I don't get that.
No, but the only thing is, last night, Real Madrid Bayern is like the game. That should be a Champions League.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't have a dog in that fight.
Yes, but you just said it there. You want to watch. You're someone who always talks about the best players in the world. I want to see big heads versus big heads and all this rubbish. You got a chance to watch the 2 best teams, arguably on the planet, and you opt to watch Arsenal Sporting.
Yeah, let me tell you, I won't get that 90 minutes back in my life.
Honestly, no, I thought Arsenal played all right. I thought they controlled the game really well. Hold
on.
Lovely finish from Holland.
They didn't play well last night, Arsenal. They were quite poor.
No, I won't say they were poor.
They weren't great. If Sporting could have had shots on target or had...
No, but that's part and parcel.
No, I know, but it wasn't a great game. They weren't good, Arsenal.
No,
don't get me wrong. It makes no difference. You won. I'm not
saying they were great. I'm saying
they weren't good.
They did enough. They managed the game really well. Lovely goal from Havertz. Lovely touch.
Brilliant
finish.
touch. Brilliant pass. Brilliant take.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you leave there with 3 points. Sporting at that time hadn't lost a game at home. Everyone was talking about how strong it's going to be. You tried to say yesterday 3-1 Sporting.
Yeah, well, they hadn't lost about 42 years.
Yeah, but no, it doesn't matter. I just think for Arsenal, they've got the job done. But even the way Bill who's a Chelsea fan, who works on the team, was like, I was watching it, hoping, praying.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
That we get beat.
But you would do the same.
Not with
Okay, let me ask you this.
not with that so much spite.
Real Madrid, Bayern Munich,
Yep.
and Man United are on the other side playing Sporting.
I am watching Man United. Tell you that for a fact. I'm watching Bayern versus Real Madrid.
Can you understand hate
No,
watching?
I
Can you not understand hate
I
watching?
understand the hate watching, but if you're offering me Man United Sporting or Bayern versus Real Madrid,
Yeah.
every day of the week I'm watching Bayern Barca.
See,
Real
I
Madrid.
would rather, and I don't know if this will surprise people or won't, right? Man United won't win the Premier League. So in my world, third is 6, is 8, is 5th. It makes no difference.
Yeah.
I know with third comes Champions League football.
You're thinking Man United finish top 10 if it meant Arsenal not winning the league.
I'd happily finish 6th if Arsenal don't win the Prem.
10th?
Yeah, or 10th.
That's what I'm saying. Man. That is the definition of hate.
It's not hate, right? It's for 2 reasons. One, the way I was brought up with football, if you're not first, you're last. So it's like,
Yeah,
I'm not going to celebrate
No,
second.
but that's a ridiculous saying.
Well, it's not.
Well, okay, if Brentford finish second, are they celebrating that?
But you missed the first part of that paragraph, which was how I was brought up
with football. But still,
with Man United, okay, I've been brought up with my team.
Okay, fair enough.
If we don't win it, we've lost it.
All right.
So I'm not going to I won't celebrate second or third. Brentford would celebrate 5th.
You a liar. Joe, how many times you come in here singing and dancing all of a sudden?
Yeah, that's
Man
to
United
annoy you.
third.
That's to annoy
No,
you.
he's not. You got to win Champions League now. Singing and dancing. You can't win over there.
I've never come in here cartwheeling about. Yeah, try and find it, Jack. 'Cause it doesn't
were
exist.
absolutely buzzing when you like, oh, we might catch Liverpool. Oh, do you know what? I think we might get third.
Yeah.
You even said to me, hey, would you rule us out winning the league?
Yeah, because I want to win the league. But us finishing above Liverpool is for comical value, right? Because like Darren Lewis or Liverpool fans listening. But if we don't win it, but I would. But do you understand that I would rather finish outside Champions League if it meant for comedy value that you've been top all season, you've been second, and now you're second again.
I get it, right? From a certain standpoint, I do. But whatever happened to just worrying about your own team? Like I wouldn't.
I don't understand that because I do worry about my own team.
No, but you're not.
And that doesn't take the
but
worry
you're-
away.
No, but you're sacrificing Champions League football for Arsenal not winning anything.
Yeah.
So that's not worrying about your own team then.
Like that sentence never makes sense. Don't worry. I don't worry.
So you'd rather Man United don't finish in the Champions League
this season.
They finish 10th
this season,
and Arsenal don't win the league.
Yeah.
See, that's not focusing on your team then. That's focusing on Arsenal.
Yeah. Do you understand, right? Because people like Mike Keown and you and other people I know that support Arsenal, right? What I'm actually implying is that I'd rather Man City win the league. Now, how mad is that?
I get it, but
that is. It makes me quite ill to say that. A Man United fan should never say that.
Someone asked me the other day.
Yeah.
Would you rather, if it meant Arsenal didn't win the league, Spurs go down? Right. Someone said to me the other day.
Oh, to you?
Right. I said, are you winding me up? I don't care what happens to them. I want Arsenal to win the league. I don't care
because you want to win the Prem. Yours is about glory.
Someone said to me, would I take Arsenal winning the Champions League if say Spurs had won Arsenal win the league and Spurs won Champions League? It's irrelevant what they do.
No, but you have said on this show that you'd give up one.
Oh, no.
If it meant Spurs going
yes,
down.
But I'm not giving up trophies.
No, but you said, would you rather win just the Prem or just the Champions League and Spurs go down?
Yeah, one of the big ones. But I wouldn't sacrifice.
Give up that?
I'm not giving up no trophies.
No, well, okay, what one of those would you give up?
Listen, either one, because I'm winning something big.
So you give up the Prem for Spurs to go down?
No, my point is, because I've got the Champions League.
You can't give up the Prem for Spurs to go down.
You don't understand what I'm saying.
Why don't you worry about your own club?
I am.
You know,
I am, because
you
we're
just
winning one.
up the Prem.
No, I'm saying to you, as long as we win one of the big ones, then what happens?
You're a hypocrite because what you're saying is what I've said.
No, because we're still winning.
Yeah, but you're giving up the Prem.
You're sacrificing finishing in the best club.
I'm not giving up a trophy. You are.
No, but we've won one.
Yeah, but you're giving up one. I'm not.
Okay, what's it about? I'll take both.
No, you can't change it for the sake of winning an argument.
I am. What happens to them is irrelevant. As long as Arsenal win,
yeah,
I don't care what happens to them.
I know, but you have said
you are sacrificing.
Yeah, but I'm not sacrificing a trophy. You are.
But you're sacrificing your team in the best club competition.
You're giving up the Prem.
No, I'm not giving up the Prem.
You just said.
No, I'm not giving up no Prem.
You just said that.
I'm not giving up no Prem.
You just said it.
I'm not giving up no Prem for Spurs to go down.
So you're changing what you said.
I'm saying Arsenal.
Are you changing what you said?
Arsenal win.
Yeah.
I'm not sacrificing anything. There you go. You could change it to that.
Oh, so you changed it.
I'm not sacrificing anything.
Okay. Well, I can ask why you changed it.
For Arsenal to win.
Why did you change it?
I'm certainly not sacrificing Champions League football.
But why did you change it?
Because what you're saying to me there, because we're still winning something.
Yeah, but why did you change your mind?
Because just to make the argument better, I'm not sacrificing nothing.
Just to win the argument.
But that's bad, that. 10th.
Yeah, but I don't win anything either way.
Yeah, but you're back in the Champions League.
I know, but...
Okay, would you sacrifice the next... You'd finish 10th?
No, not the next. No, not the next. Just this season. Because I know how much it would hurt you.
I don't understand that.
I know how much it would hurt Luke in the office.
I don't understand
I know how much it would hurt, what's his name? Dale the back. Jack on the drums. I know how much it would hurt everyone.
Because
it'd be fun. Do you think it'd be funny?
No, it wouldn't. Because if
it would be
if
funny,
the roles were
Benji.
reversed and Man United were going for the league,
I'd expect you to feel the same.
no, because I wouldn't want Arsenal to finish 10th. I'd want you to still finish us to still finish third.
What if it meant I didn't have the whole season of look at you going champions?
What you lot do is irrelevant. I've seen you not win the Premier League. I've had it from growing up. It doesn't bother me.
I don't know, because 2 minutes ago you did say you sacrificed the Prem.
I had a trophy. You don't understand what I'm saying. Arsenal still won a trophy, but I'm not sacrificing Arsenal in the Champions League just because Man United won the league.
Well, wait, here's what I'm saying. You have the chance to win 2 trophies, Prem and the Champs, and you'd happily give up one if it meant Spurs go down.
No,
but that's your word. That's what you said.
I'm keeping both trophies.
You've changed.
So I don't care what happens to
changed your mind.
But what I'm saying is I'm not sacrificing Arsenal.
You've changed your mind.
Arsenal win the Champions League.
Have you changed your mind?
Can you just answer that question?
Have you changed your mind?
I'm saying Arsenal.
Just answer that. Have you changed your mind?
I'm a proper supporter. You ain't.
Well, you changed your mind.
No, you're not a proper supporter.
You've changed your mind.
No, but you're not a proper supporter.
Why did you change your mind?
Why would you sacrifice 10th Champions League?
Because I tell you why. Because 3rd, 4th, or 5th, it's the same.
10th.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter. I was brought up on trophies.
That's ridiculous.
That's the difference. You celebrate 2nd. We don't.
No, I'm not celebrating it, but I'm not sacrificing it.
You do.
No, I'm not sacrificing it.
I think it's quite common.
No, it's not.
I think it's quite
If
common.
Man United went to win the league, I don't want Arsenal to finish 10th. I still want to win. I still want to stay in the Champions League.
But for comedy value, I'd give up for one season for you not winning the Prem. I don't think I'm alone on that.
I don't know about. Yeah, I don't know about 10th. That's wow.
9th, 8th, 7th.
When I offered you 10th.
Yeah, but 7th is also non-European football, right?
Not
or it can be.
Where it's going.
Yeah, Champions League football as well, 10th.
It'll be the top 10.
It will, yeah. We'll take your calls in it, right? I'm sure people understand what hate watching is all
I get the hate watching, but I don't understand the self-sacrifice.
Because I just think, I know it would be the most embarrassing season that you would have if you lost the Premier League. Yeah, but I don't care about that, because 2nd don't mean it. 3rd, 4th, 5th, doesn't matter. Okay. It's all about trophies at my club. You celebrate 2nd.
Okay.
We don't. We celebrate 2nd is last.
You definitely don't.
We do.
Why did you get rid of Ten Hag then?
What?
Ten Hag. Why did you get rid of Ruben? Oh, because you lost the final. Yeah. That trophy.
No, he was useless.
So the trophy.
Hold on. That point's been proved with Michael Carrick winning every game but one.
You said it's about trophies, right? No, did you say yes or no? Did you say it's about trophies?
In what context?
Said Man United's about trophies.
When? Don't say that.
About 15 seconds ago.
All right, okay, yeah. Oh, yes, I did say that. You're right, sorry.
Why you sacked Ten Hag then? He won 2 trophies.
Yeah, but not big ones.
He won 2 trophies, you said?
Okay, big trophies. Well, hold on, you changed your mind.
Changing it. Okay.
I changed mine.
Okay.
You can get your calls in now. We were going to be taking your calls next and then have Luke Humphries at 5:30, but Luke Humphries is joining us in 2 minutes. So we have to make room, understandably, for former champion of the world. So we'll be talking to Luke Humphries in just a moment. But if you get your call in now, you'll be first when we take calls on this. Is hate watching a plague on football? 03717 223344. Lots of you want your say. So if you want yours, pick up the phone now.
10th.
Maguire turns like an ocean liner, and they take a time to turn, and you see that in an instance, an £80 million footballer that can't move.
A bit harsh, Simon, a bit harsh.
I didn't like that from Simon. Yeah.
Well, he's certainly silenced those critics, hasn't he, in his
Simon
performances for the last couple of seasons, Gabby?
I felt sorry for him because he wasn't at his best, but it got to a stage where it was bullying, online bullying of Harry Maguire. Everyone jumping on the bandwagon, setting up reels of every little mistake he did, when you can do that on every player in the world, the mistakes that they make. And then you had pundits being harsh. Roy Keane was harsh. You've heard Simon there. A bit overkill, to be honest. I'm happy for him. Amorim didn't play him enough. He's had his injury problems, but since he's come back into the team under Michael Carrick, he's been one of Manchester United's best players. New deal, back in the England squad. And I think he'll go to the World Cup. and hopefully he has a good World Cup for his country.
Like you mentioned there, he fell out of favour under Eric Ten Hag. Like you mentioned, struggled for game time under Ruben Amorim. But, he's enjoying a revival under Michael Carrick, starting all 10 matches since his appointment in mid-January. Also, now he's signed a new one-year contract to the club with the option of an extra year extension. And bearing in mind he was out of contract at the end of the season, Director of Football Jason Wilcox says here, Harry represents the mentality and resilience required to perform for Manchester United. He's shown such great mental strength, and that's really what needs to be applauded.
100%. I mean, a lot of other footballers, maybe the younger generation, probably would have crumbled with the online bullying that he received.
Oh, yeah, David Bowie, is it, Jack? This one? Ah, dear. Champions League driver, talkSPORT with Andy Goldstein, the ledge that is Darren Bent alongside. Still to come, we'll have some fun with the best bits of talkSPORT. We'll have team news, of course, out of Liverpool and PSG. Stick around for that. Just quickly, Leicester have lost an appeal against their 6-point deduction for breaching financial rules. Spurs, how about this? They're considering a move for Man City goalkeeper James Trafford as a replacement for Carrick.
Yeah, they need. That's one position they need to iron out quickly.
Great goalkeeper.
Yeah, brilliant.
I do like him. We were going to have Luke Humphries join us now, which meant we couldn't have your calls. But Luke has moved back to 6:15, so we've got loads of room for your calls. Hate watching in football. Are you guilty?
We don't like a world of hate in it.
No, hate's a bit strong. What can it be called? Loathe watching. Maybe it's just down on the scale.
Hate watching.
Paul is a Liverpool fan. Does he understand or not? Hello, Paul.
Jeez.
Hello there, yeah, great show as ever, guys. I do and I don't understand. I just think it's indictment, and I know you're the wind-up merchant, Andy, and I get that. But if you look at it, you've got to concentrate on your own club. And I think particularly if you pick yourself for Manchester United, it's because you've had years in the wilderness now. Very respectfully said, you seem to get more instruments about what City are doing, what Arsenal are doing, what Liverpool are doing. I mean, that'd be funny. You're losing track of why should you concentrate on your own club?
Can I ask you a question, Paul? Can I ask you a question? Thanks for your call, by the way. I hear that argument a lot. Concentrate on your own club. I don't really understand what that means, because that suggests that I'm not concentrating on my own club. But I don't really understand. Give me an example of how, because of my want of Arsenal to lose, I would lose concentration on Man United. What concentration am I losing? I don't understand that.
Well, your focus has gone, no disrespect, Andy, and I don't mean funny, okay, you're playing for top 4 or top 5.
Yeah.
But but respectfully said, as you know, in the glory years at Manchester United, if you look at the last 5-10 years, etc., you've been starved of that. So your enjoyment now, for me, and the way it comes across, is reveling, whether it be Benty's, Arsenal struggling, whether it be whoever.
Yeah.
But you've lost, when I say the concentration, the focus on your own club, and you get more enjoyment now.
Can I just say, I haven't lost any focus on it. I get double enjoyment. So if my team win, I get enjoyment. And if another team lose, I get enjoyment.
No, but you're saying, I understand what Paul's saying there.
I'm not being rude, lads. What I'm saying to you is, Andy, you're not in the mix for the title. You're not in the mix for the Champions League, maybe next season, etc.
We are.
So
We're above Liverpool.
Yeah, no one said to you next season, Bent, either in the quarter-finals, etc. You're not in the mix. Okay, you're top 4 or 5. You're not in the mix for the league. So why, you get a bit of a kick out of the fact that Arsenal may be struggling, City, Liverpool, whoever.
No, but I've always felt like that. Even when Man United dominated for over 20 years, I always felt like that. If Arsenal were playing or Chelsea were playing back then or Man City, I'd get the I don't lose
I
focus.
get what Paul's saying about concentrating on your own team.
I don't know. I think that's just a sentence people use.
Because you concentrate on your own team, you shouldn't worry, because you're saying you'd sacrifice Manchester United finishing in the Champions League, finish 10th in Arsenal, not winning the league. That's not focusing on your own team. That's you more worried about Arsenal.
I'm not worried. There are words that people band around in football. Focus, worried. I'm not worried about Arsenal at all.
Yeah, but you'd sacrifice.
And I don't lose focus on Man United.
Yeah, but you are.
No, I'm not losing focus.
Okay,
here's the thing.
Hold on.
Hold on.
No, but what is more important for Man United? Finishing the Champions League or Arsenal win the league?
Champions League.
Well, there you go.
I know, but what would I rather have this season for comedy value?
Oh, no.
Losing focus is a bit like Rory McIlroy on the 5th. His attention is caught up with someone in the crowd and he's lost focus and it's a bad shot. That is losing focus. I don't lose focus. My enjoyment of Man United and watching them, I never ever will choose to watch another club over Man United. Right?
No, I get that, but
I don't lose focus.
You're losing because your focus should be Man United. I've got to finish Champions League.
Why can't I have both?
Because it's not. You can't have 10th. Man United 10th.
No, but why can't I have both? Why can't I focus on United and focus on Arsenal?
We should be focusing on Man United finishing the Champions League.
Yeah, but why can't I have both?
Because you can't. Because you're sacrificing one for the other.
Only this season for comedy value.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do that in any season.
James is a West Ham fan. Jimmy.
You all right, mate?
Good, man. How are you?
I've got to say, I am 100% with you on this.
Thank you.
Love watching people who I work with, their teams lose. Nothing gives me more satisfaction than going into work with a big grin on my face going, I know we're rubbish, but you lot think you're great and you're not.
Okay, so James, would you... I'm guessing you've got Arsenal fans in your office. Would you sacrifice Arsenal winning the league if it meant West Ham going down?
I don't know.
I don't know. What? I mean, he's not a West Ham fan. You run him out.
That is a bit nuts. I've got to be honest. James, you can't sacrifice Premier League football, man.
No, I don't. But then I enjoy watching the Championship. There's no VAR. The games flow. It's... I don't know.
Tell me with your heart. Listen, you go down this season. Arsenal don't win the league. You come up next season. You taking it?
Absolutely.
Oh, see, now, Andy, you can't. You wouldn't. Come on.
I've got another West Ham fan here. Hello, Russell. How you doing?
Andy, Darren, all good? You good?
Yeah, we're good, man. I can't wait to hear what you're going to say.
So this is based on a lot of factors, okay? So for a start, AFTV. You got Ty, who's on there as well, and all these other people on AFTV. And now I'm also basing it on West Ham being in the relegation zone. If it meant that Declan Rice has gone to a bigger club, we go down for a season, Arsenal don't lose, and they're supposed to be on the quadruple a couple of weeks ago, I'll take that every single day.
Russell, you take your team getting relegated?
And Arsenal not win the Prem?
Arsenal not winning the trophy at all. You're not going to win the Champions League because you're going to get mullered by PSG or Bayern when you play them. You'll get past Sporting.
You take Arsenal not winning a trophy and West Ham going down.
As long as we come back.
No. There's no
we
guarantee.
don't know. That's a gamble, right? Are you taking the gamble?
I'll tell you what. Arsenal not winning the league, us going down. We're never going to win the Premier League.
Are you taking it?
Mindset. Yes, 100%, Andy. I'm taking it.
Oh no, I see that there. I don't get that. I don't understand that. Sacrifice your place in the division.
That is amazing.
See that again? That's not focusing on us, on their own team. That's focusing on Arsenal.
Yeah, but that tells you how much they despise Arsenal.
I get it, but come on, Andy. You must think that's
I can understand.
What?
No, hold on. Let me finish the sentence. I can't understand wanting your team to be demoted, right? I can't, or relegated. I can't understand that. But at the same time, I can understand why football fans would sacrifice something so big.
Not
If it made sure that Arsenal, that's what Arsenal have done to football fans. It's your fault.
That's not our fault.
It's your fault.
No.
You have turned this around. That's what Arsenal have done. It's people like Piers Morgan coming on talkSPORT going, we've got the best team in the world, we're up for the quadruple. And then when his team get knocked out of the FA Cup and League Cup, do you want to come on? No, I'm not coming on. That's why.
I get it, but not
That's what Arsenal and Arsenal fans and Piers Morgan and you and Arsenal fan TV and all of that, that's what has made West Ham fans say, I'd rather go down.
Well, do you know what? I didn't want West Ham to go down, but now, after those 2 calls, do you know what? Maybe I'll...
Concentrate on your own team.
Yeah, exactly.
Concentrate on your own team. Focus.
Hope we will get promoted now.
Gee, you don't want to go down there, do you? Good calls. Well done, everyone. Good work. That was great. Right, still to come again to a big old night between PSG and Liverpool. Live on talkSPORT. Who do you want to win that?
Voss.
You liar.
No, what's the other game?
It's Atletico Barca.
Which one I'm watching?
Oh. I know, I'll be watching. Go on, PSG. First, it's either no Googling. Ahead of the game, we want to know who's the highest French scorer in Liverpool's history. I'll give you clues. Scored 24 goals, if that helps you.
French, yeah?
Yeah. All right.
I don't think of French players that play for them.
All right. Well, there's
yes,
one.
I can.
Okay. You got it?
Yeah, it's not him, but...
Who have you got?
The only French person I can think of was Anelka.
All right, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He played for a season.
He played for a lot of clubs, didn't he? It's not him. The answer to that, more your calls, Luke Humphries. Best of talkSPORT, end of show quiz, team news ahead of Liverpool PSG. Lots coming up the last 90 minutes. It is effectively half time.
Cucurella has said one or two things that you might have thought would have landed him in similar trouble, but hasn't, whereas Fernandes has been punished. Where do you stand on this? Is it impossible for Fernandes to wear the Chelsea captain's armband again, or is it no highly likely that he will, in view of what the noises are coming out of Chelsea?
No, I think if you get punished and you take it the right way, then he can change and get better and wear the armband again if he has lots of qualities that the manager sees in him. I quite like the punishment. I do feel for the manager at the moment. They've been on a bad run and he's getting a bit of unfair criticism. It's a lose-lose really, because if he doesn't do anything, then he's looking like he's not being disciplined enough and someone will criticise. And if he does it and then they lose to Man City without arguably one of their best players, their captain, and it's like, why you punish him? Could have fined him, whatever. But I think from a player's perspective is how I always look at it. I think when I've had managers that show a real firm hand to players who you wouldn't think would be treated that way, and I could give you examples, it makes everyone else go, whoa. I remember Houle when he got the sole job on his own and he went, bum, he got rid of Incy straight away. Didn't want him. Nobody couldn't believe it. He was captain. I remember Neil Lennon was a legend at Crewe and he messed around one day sneaking his car down to the training ground we were supposed to jog down. It was like part of the warm-up and he'd hide his car at the pub and the manager, saw that he did it and he didn't play him at the weekend. Done, you're not playing.
Right.
And I was like, my God. And it just sets the tone. I quite like it.
On a Slot hopes Alexander Isak can make an impact on his return from injury against Paris Saint-Germain tonight. He hasn't played since December, but is back in the squad for tonight's game, live on talkSPORT.
Close to a week of team training sessions now, so he can play a part, otherwise I wouldn't take him. I decided not to take him to the Etihad because we felt that he wasn't able to get a performance out of him yet. And since he's with us now, we do think that we can get a performance out of him now.
Elsewhere, Simon Jordan's praised Liam Rosenior for the ban he's given to Enzo Fernandez after he said he'd love to live in Madrid. But he says Marc Cucurella should have been punished as well for criticising club transfer policies in an interview.
I would prefer that there would be a sanction for both players so that you're showing some degree of even-handedness, which is there is a message, which is you do not talk out of school. You can have your issues internally. You can talk to the management internally.
And Hearts manager Derek McInnes says a key fixture in the Scottish Premiership title race was always going to be scheduled at the death. He's taking his team to Celtic on the final day.
You know, hopefully, as I say, we're still in with a chance of winning the title going into that last game. I think it's an unbelievable fixture if we are, and particularly if Celtic have still got a chance as well. You know, so if both teams are still in the mix for winning a league, it's the most dramatic fixture you can have.
Hearts are currently top, 1 point above Rangers and 3 clear of Celtic.
No, this is a tune. It's about to be like this.
Who is it?
Howie, turn it up, Jack. I'll tell you something funny about this. Did you ever see this Life on Mars, right? Did you ever watch Life on Mars?
No, what is that, TV programme?
Yeah. You'd like it, right? I think it's John Sim, is that right? Brilliant actor. Trying to get him in here, actually. And it's basically a guy, he's a copper, and he has, like, in episode 1, he has an accident. Something happens, like, I can't remember what, but he gets...
Wait, at the minute, you're not selling it to me. We're gone.
No, it's unbelievable, right?
I can't remember what happens.
It doesn't matter, it's irrelevant. Basically, he goes into a coma. And when he wakes up, he's in the 70s. And he's a cop in the 70s.
And what year was he?
Like, now.
Okay.
And he wakes up in the 70s.
He's gone back in time.
Yeah, right? And he's dressed like the 70s. His partner is a cop from the 70s. And it's all a little bit nuts. But he's living in the 70s. And I'm not going to spoil it because you might want to watch it, and it's brilliant. But someone lent it to me as a box set. It's like 10 CDs or 7 CDs or whatever. And I think it was like 2 eps on every CD. So I watched the first CD, brilliant. And I watched the second one, and it done a whole reverse thing. And I was like, oh my God, that's unbelievable. It's like the ending, that. How have they done that in episode 2? That's crazy. And then I realised that the guys that lent me DVDs put them back in the wrong order. And so we just spoiled it. So I literally watched 4 episodes and that was the end of the series.
But is it good though, yeah?
It's
Life on Mars?
Yeah.
Okay,
they did Ashes to Ashes was after that, but I wouldn't say it wasn't as good. They're both great, but because it was so original, Life on Mars, it was you'd absolutely love it. It's fantastic.
I'll try to find
Would you agree with that, Joe? It is fantastic.
Life on Mars,
yeah, it's brilliant. Before the break, I asked the question, who's the highest scoring Frenchman in Liverpool's history?
Give me some clues, man.
The first bit could be a small animal that kids always want, not a rabbit.
That's rubbish.
No. What do the kids want?
Dog?
A little pet.
Rabbit?
No, smaller than that.
Hamster?
Like that, but another word for hamster.
Budget? No, that's a bird. Hamster?
Little tiny thing.
Gerbil.
Right, that's his first name.
Gerbil. Okay.
Yeah. And his surname is what kids sit on in the playground. One goes up, the other one comes down.
Seesaw.
Yeah, that's his name.
Gerbil Seesaw?
Yeah.
Gerbil Seesaw.
There you go. Still to come, we'll have some fun with the best bits of talkSPORT. But now, the Palace boss, Oliver Glasner, has been speaking to the media ahead of his side's Conference League quarter-final first leg, home to Fiorentina tomorrow. and he said that they can still make this season a successful one.
We said a few weeks before we are entering crunch time, and now it is crunch time. Hopefully 7 weeks to go, and playing. And I told the players in your career, you're not every single year in this situation that you play a quarterfinal of a European competition if you're not a Fiorentina player, because they play the fourth time, consecutive time, so after the semi-final last year and 2 finals. So it looks like it's their competition, but yeah, we will do our best to qualify for the semi-final, and that's why we're all looking forward, and I think this affected the mood, the atmosphere at the training ground, because the players really enjoyed it. We enjoyed ourselves, we enjoyed the football we had, we enjoyed the intensity and everything we will need tomorrow to get a good result in the first leg.
Don't forget, of course, to keep you right up to date with Palace's clash with Fiorentina tomorrow, as well as live comms of Bologna against Aston Villa and Porto against Forest, all across the talkSPORT network. Another great night of European football. A quick word on Oliver Glasner, because if they do go on to lift this trophy, it will be one of the most topsy-turvy seasons for a manager at a club I can remember. Yeah. I mean, he started off so great on the back of winning the FA Cup, Community Shield. Halfway through, he wanted to leave. Fans turned on him. Could win another trophy. Insane.
Yeah. I mean, if he nicks another one, I mean, he could be... Listen, he's already gone down as their greatest ever manager. But surely if he wins this Conference League, and even though he's going at the end of the season, he'll get a hero's welcome. And
you'd like to... I mean, he has to. Right?
He has to. I mean, you talk about 3 trophies. Like, just like that. Rocked up the Palace, won the 3 trophies, away you go. I think he's been exceptional. I understand the fans... I've got sick and tired of the moaning and the whinging about the players. And what I don't understand is, I get it. He's saying, like, what am I supposed to do? I keep losing the best players. But I don't think any of the players, and this is no disrespect to Crystal Palace, looked at Palace as the end goal. And I'm sure him as a manager didn't look at it like, oh my God, I've got the job. I'm at Palace. That's it. That's me. I'm sure he's got aspirations of going to the next level, which might be a Champions League club or whatever. And the same with players. So, but if he wins the Conference League, I mean, as much as you might dislike the way he's gone about his business this season, you cannot question what he's done for that.
10 out of 10 if he wins it.
Oh, there's 10 now.
Yeah, you're right. For what he's done in the club, you're right.
It's 100%.
We'll talk about that more in tomorrow's show. We can go back to the phone calls, actually, your phone calls on whether hate watching is a plague on football. Before the break, we had 2 West Ham fans both say they would happily go down if it meant Arsenal finished trophyless.
Yeah.
See, I told you I'm not alone. Will's a Derby fan. I wonder where he sits on this one. Hello, Will.
How you doing? You all right?
I'm great, man. How are you today?
Yeah, living the dream as always, mate.
Oh, that's good. Are you enjoying the sun? Is it sunny where you are? Are you in Derby?
No, I'm in West London.
Okay, so you enjoying the sun?
Yeah, really sunny here, mate.
Good.
Yeah.
Very nice indeed. Go on then, Will. I'm guessing you heard the West Ham callers before the break?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I grew up in an era where there were grudge matches, and you think of the Keane, Vieira, and Keegan and Ferguson, and, you know, the game's so sanitised as it is now. And to hear someone like Martin Keown, whose most iconic picture is him mocking Ruud van Nistelrooy's demise, for him to start getting all sensitive, it's like, does he need explaining what football rivalry is? Like, mocking your rivals is, I wouldn't say as much, but it is a part of supporting your club, mocking your rivals.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
It's more important, and I just don't understand why he's become so sensitive. This was someone who was a brute of a defender. And when you picture Martin Keown, you picture him screaming in Van Nistelrooy's face. And how has he gone from that to what he is now?
Okay. Don't take fun from other people losing their demand.
You make a very good point, Will. You are right. His most infamous or famous picture is of him jumping on Ruud van Nistelrooy after he missed that penalty. You're 100% right.
Like, I mean, the way he is now, he'd have gone, oh, sorry about that, Ruud. Shall we ask the rest? You can take it again. Like,
yeah.
Like, how far is the game going to go? Like, how nicey does he want it to be? Yeah. Like, literally, Arsenal fans have called it on themselves, because as a fan base, I'm probably talking more the Arsenal fan TV, social media fans, as opposed to your match-going fans, but they've got a lot to say for themselves for a club that have won nothing in over half a decade. It's
Oh, no, a few FA Cups in there. Few FA Cups in there.
How long ago?
5 years ago.
6, isn't it?
Right,
over half a decade.
Listen, I played for Derby, but let's not talk about trophies.
Yeah, hold on, he was right. He did say over half a decade.
Yeah, but my point is, right. So let me ask you a question then, Will. Obviously, your biggest rival's Forest.
Do you want to go then, Darren? Derby won 2 league titles in the 70s. Can we start claiming that?
Okay, Forest. Would you rather Forest go down if it meant Derby didn't make the playoffs?
No, I'll take the playoffs. But if they do go down, we'll all be there laughing at them. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, I want Derby to do well ahead of Forest. But if Derby do fail, you know, I wouldn't want it at the expense of or Forest failure being at Derby's success at the expense of that.
Yeah, see that's what I don't understand. Is obviously the West Ham fans talking about, yeah, I'd rather my team go down if it meant Arsenal winning nothing.
Let's hear from Paul. He's a Man United fan, so either agree or disagree with me. Hello, Paul.
I totally agree with you. 100%. Fantastic show as always, by the way.
Man. Talk to Benny because he can't understand it.
No, it's like you say, you don't want to be supporting or backing your rivals. I mean, I'm like I said, Man United fan, but I'm actually a fan of the two teams. Manchester United and anybody will play as Arsenal, City or Liverpool.
Yeah.
It used to be Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal. But due to Martin Keown, he's promoted Arsenal to me second most aged club. That lad is unreal. And like the previous caller said, he is the last person who can criticise for what he did to Ruud van Nistelrooy. It's an absolute joke.
So Paul, you would sack, because Andy was saying that he'd rather finish 10th with Man United than Arsenal win anything. So you'd rather Man United finished out the Champions League if it meant Arsenal not winning the league?
Oh, 100%, definitely, yeah.
I don't get that.
Arsenal fans, don't get me wrong, they're the most cringing fans I've ever known. And Martin Keown he just makes them worse.
Poor Martin, man. Man's invincible, getting no respect.
He's not an invincible.
He is.
He played 3 games, mate.
No, he's invincible.
He played 3 more than me. Do I get a medal?
No, because you didn't play.
Well, he didn't.
He did.
I told you he took 1 throw in and put his arm up for an offside probably that season. Good calls. Are you surprised?
I'm shocked because I'm not sacrificing Arsenal nothing. If you're not about to win the league...
Well, you did 10 minutes before we had that argument.
I'm not sacrificing Arsenal, finishing in 3rd.
No, but that's because you're on top at the moment.
No, but even in previous seasons, if it meant, Arsenal finished 10th and Man United don't win the league...
Let me ask you this, right? If you're second and you're not going to win the Premier League, and Spurs are top,
and
there's a chance Spurs would you rather finish 6th and Spurs don't win the Prem, or Spurs win the Prem and you come second?
No, it's about Arsenal.
What? Answer my question.
Yeah, I'd rather Arsenal stay second.
No, and say it.
If Spurs win the league, they win the league.
But say I'd rather, because I don't think you can say it.
I'm saying to you that if Spurs are about to win the league, I'd still rather finish Arsenal.
I know, but you've got a button in front of you. If you press it, Spurs don't win the league and you finish 6th. If you don't press it, Spurs win the league and you finish 2nd.
So, and Arsenal will not be in the Champions League.
If you finish 6th.
Oh, yeah, no, Arsenal need to be in the Champions League.
So you press the button.
Spurs win the league.
Spurs win the league. Okay.
Yeah,
I think a lot of Arsenal fans would disagree with you.
Maybe. But I'm not worried about other clubs.
I'm not worried. I'm never worried about another club.
That's sacrificing Champions League football.
That's not a worry. Concentration and worry. These are centres that they've got no connection to my thought process.
But that shocked me, the amount of people that would sacrifice their own clubs.
I bet you Arsenal fans wouldn't press that button.
Maybe.
Jack, you're Arsenal, wouldn't you? Jack, would you press that button? Would you press the button? Spurs win the league button. You wouldn't. He said no.
Okay, I'm not sacrificing Arsenal's position.
All right. If you're an Arsenal fan, I'll take one call. Right. When we come back, 03717222334. You're an Arsenal fan. Would you press the button? Spurs win the league. You finish second.
Wait, so we're in the Champions League. You have to admit that bit's important.
Or the other button. Button B is that they don't win the Prem and you finish 6th. All right. We'll take more calls. And the best of talkSPORT when we come back. Busy show.
No, I think Gabby's spot on, Alan. To be honest, I think if you make that decision now, there's a danger that United don't finish in the top 5, don't get Champions League football.
Why? Because he relaxes, or because the players take the foot off the gas?
It just happens sometimes, doesn't it? It happens.
Well, that was going to be my next point. I think if you do make that decision, then there is a danger maybe the players relax and take their foot off the gas. Obviously, from what we're hearing from Ahmad and Brian and Boomer, they're the players very much behind Carrick. They would say that. They're not going to say anything different in a press conference environment. But there's some tough games to come. I'm going to be at Old Trafford on Monday. Leeds, the visitors, never an easy game. Obviously, a big rivalry between the two. They've still got to go to Chelsea, who they're competing with for the top 5. They've still got to host Liverpool, who are right up there in terms of the Champions League as well. Sunderland away has been a difficult trip for a lot of teams this season. And then Brighton away on the final day. So it's not a given yet that United finish in the top 5. So I think just keep their powder dry. What I would say is quite telling is that, as I understand it, they've not yet sounded out any potential alternatives for Michael Carrick. We're 6 weeks away from the end of the season. Obviously, plans are for the summer transfer, though Carrick has been a part of those conversations. So I think certainly he's in the box seat.
I think as well, there's even when they do give it him at the end of the season, they don't need to give him a long-term contract, though. They could literally look at a 1 year, 2 year deal and see how it goes, can't they, Crookie? Because, no offence to Michael Carrick, but there's not going to be many.
This is Champions League drama, talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. Still to come. We'll look ahead to a huge game between PSG and Liverpool live on talkSPORT. Luke Humphries, former PDC World Darts Champion, joins us in a moment. And an Arsenal fan will answer the question, would they rather finish 6th Arsenal than Spurs win the title? Before all of that, it's time for this.
The talkSPORT 20k giveaway.
Yeah, the clock is ticking. You've got until 4 p.m. tomorrow now to put yourself in the running for £20,000. Imagine that, 20 grand tax-free. Straight into your bank account. Don't be sure chance. Make your move now. Here's all you need to do. Excuse me. For your chance to win, text the word WIN to 83338. A text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate. Or you can call 03434187260. Lines close at 4 p.m. tomorrow. 18 plus UK residents only. It's a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. So for your chance to win £20,000, it couldn't be simpler. Just text the word WIN, 3 letters, WIN, to 83338 now. Right, let's quickly take a call from an Arsenal fan. The question was, I reversed the question. If you're an Arsenal fan, would you rather finish 6th and Spurs finish 2nd, or you finish 2nd but Spurs win the title? Hello, Josh.
Evening, gents. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you today?
Very well, thank you, mate.
Right,
very
now,
well.
Sadly, I've not got long with you because we've got to fit in the best of talkSPORT, but I'm glad you called. So we were having this the other way round about Arsenal winning the title, and I'd rather, as a Man United fan, finish 10th. And then just at the end, I switched it round, and Benty was like, no, I'd rather finish 2nd, Spurs win the title. What button are you pressing? The button for Spurs to win the title when you finish 2nd, or the button for Spurs to finish 2nd, you finish 6th?
I'm taking 6th. I'll take Europa League all day long. I don't want Spurs to win the title. Sorry, Benty. I'm not with you on that one, mate. I don't want Spurs to win the league. As much as Spurs don't want us to win the league. Do you know what I mean? I could not see Spurs win the league. I'll take Europa League football all day long.
Yes, you know, and I've got no argument to that when it comes to Josh. Like, I understand a lot of Arsenal fans will be thinking that, but I don't want Arsenal in Europa League. No way. Okay.
But you can understand now what I'm saying, and everyone said that.
Yeah, but still, the whole sacrifice 10th from the Champions League's mad.
Okay.
Crazy.
I'm sure we'll hear more of that throughout the week. Time now for this. Good call. Thanks, Josh, for that. Much appreciated. Right, time for the best of talkSPORT. You know the rules. We'll kick things off with H&J. Here's Andy Jacobs explaining how he spends his free time.
I go around to shops and see if I can find the most expensive plain white T-shirt.
You know how to live, don't you?
And I didn't buy it. I just wanted to know what it was, and it was in the £300 to £400 bracket. But this is madness.
Yeah.
I just bought two that they're worn in The Bear. Do you remember that show?
Oh yeah.
The Bear.
I thought you not worn by a bear.
I'm very lucky because my wife, she loves. We were in Primark yesterday. She's so cheap to run, honestly.
Cheap to run.
Those, by the way, those T-shirts from The Bear, they're not cheap. What's something that's far too expensive?
What's expensive now? I mean, there's loads of stuff in there that's way too expensive. Like
all the things we have to subscribe to: Netflix, Sky.
I'm having a struggle up with HBO. Mac, what am I doing with that?
I know. You never watch it.
Is it? Does it come with the Sky package, or do I have to get it more? Like I took it out with Amazon, but now I'm trying to watch Champions League. It says there, subscribe to TNT. I thought TNT was going.
I don't know.
Do you know what? Sorry.
Go on.
Do you really need Paramount, HBO Max, Netflix, Amazon, Disney?
No.
There's another one as well. I'm missing another one.
Thousands of them.
There's ITV, BBC.
I know. It's insane, isn't it? How do you feel about people who give their pets clothes?
I don't mind that.
Is that all right?
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Okay.
Put a nice little jacket on the line or something. Nice.
You get Adidas ones, isn't it? For the best bits of the show, make sure you download 21 Minutes to Go.
Nah, it's poor from you, that. I'm doing the read, just bad, that. For all the best bits of the show, make sure you check out the H&J Daily podcast, or wherever you get your podcast
Sorry,
from.
I apologise. I said 21 minutes.
Yeah, it was H&J Daily.
Yeah, not 21 minutes.
No, it wasn't that.
Available now.
H&J.
Yeah, 21 minutes.
On to White and Jordan. Here's Salmon discussing a surprise meeting with a friend of Gabby Agbonlahorst.
First of all, I didn't realise Gabby had any mates.
Yeah.
Second of all, I was just having a minding my own business, about to have a massage in San Pedro, having a donut, and looking like I'd climbed out of a dustbin. And some fellow with some said, "Would you mind having a photograph?" I'm a big fan of the show. I said, "No problem." Good. I got back, and to my disappointment, I found out Gabby sent me a picture. He was with my mate. Now, I should have realised because I was in a donut shop, and obviously any friend of Gabby's is likely to be in a donut shop. Gabby's physique.
Damn. Jeez,
Scathing, isn't he, Simon?
Scathing. What's your best type of donut?
I don't eat donuts. They're just way too, all the jam, all that sugar, way too fattening. I couldn't go near them.
I like Krispy Kreme, but do you know what? If it's not the strawberries and cream one, I like original glaze.
I didn't even know they did strawberries.
Yeah, original glaze.
Don't tell me that.
Original glaze is nice. Who at talkSPORT do you think has the strangest mates?
Jack.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, I imagine Jack's got a lot of imaginary friends. they're real people, but Jack just imagines they're his friends. That's not my joke. That's an old joke I've stolen. But that's what I feel with you, Jack.
If you could own any type of shop in the world, what would it be? Just trainers.
Golf's very close. Maybe a golf shop.
Okay, nice.
Simulator clubs, everything.
Jim and Simon return tomorrow morning at 10. And of course, you missed the show. Check out The Outspoken, which is a very, very good podcast.
Yeah,
or wherever you get your podcast from.
It's second best podcast you can get.
It's the best.
Let's finish with Bentley's favourite podcast, 21 Minutes to Go. Here's a true story from Funboy Jason Cundy about a stray cat called Stubbs, who rose to the lofty rank of mayor. True story.
Fame didn't get to him. That's what people loved him. Fame didn't get to his head.
No. Would I recognise a cat mayor?
He was ginger and with a white fluff. But here's the thing: people used to let him walk around, they stroke him. But he would then walk into bars. There was a restaurant where the restaurateur would leave a glass of wine.
Milk. What?
He'd put. So every day, Stubbs would walk in, drink the wine, and go out, and he would now spend his time with the people.
You got to hear what happens to that cat. It's very sad.
That is honestly
very sad.
Groundbreaking. That
you love that.
Stubbs.
You'll be stubbed in a minute. If you became the mayor. If you became the mayor of talkSPORT, what's the first thing you change?
Fire you for that. No, you know what, first thing I do, take that podcast off the air. Stubbs.
Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't even know if talkSPORT is still on the air. If the UK was to make an animal other than a human be the next Prime Minister, what should they pick?
The UK, an animal other than a human.
Why have you just repeat the whole sentence?
I'm thinking, what would I'd like to see?
Bear would be good.
Do you know what? People in this country love horses. Let's get a horse in there.
How do you know people have horses?
Because everyone goes to horse racing, they love it, Cheltenham and all that.
Dog racing? Greyhound?
I'll go horse.
Okay. If Drive Time were to get a cat, what would we call it? Who would look after it? That's a great question.
I'm calling it Jack, and Jack's looking after it.
Billy's got 2 cats, you know that? And he hates them. You still hate them? You used to hate them, didn't you? Don't see the point of getting a cat.
Why?
They treat you as like a hotel. You never see them. They only come back when they want something. And there's a little trainer corner of all their dogs, man. Way forward. Make sure you download 21 Minutes to Go, wherever you get your podcast.
We're going to hear about Stubbs.
Stubbs the cat. Really sad ending as well. And of course, you can find all of our shows on the talkSPORT app, where you can get 21 Minutes to Go.
You don't give them no love of a podcast.
I'm trying to promote it as much as possible. When we come back, a busy hour. We'll have former darts champion of the world, your mate Luke Humphries, join
Current
us.
Premier League champion. Let's call him that.
Okay. Well, we've got I am DB. Yep. We've got team news. Fade the music down. Well done, Jack. We'll have team news ahead of PSG against Liverpool. Thank you. End of show quiz with one more Billy. And lots more, all crammed into the next 1 hour and 2 minutes. Live on Drive and talkSPORT after this. Stay where you are.
The bottom line is, if it's good enough for Real Madrid, and it was good enough for Klopp, how's it not good enough for Tuchel?
How much? I mean, Madrid are not a good side this season.
No.
And are not going to win very much this season, are they? And Thomas Tuchel's got one opportunity to win something. And so he's got a limited amount of time to do it. And Klopp didn't win the things that people suggested he could have won. Whilst he's got a huge reputation on Merseyside and well-deserved, and his brand of football was fabulous to watch, the actual trophy haul was somewhat less significant than perhaps the reputation has been able to be steeped upon. And that's not a criticism, it's just a simple statement of fact. If you're getting into this tournament and you require Trent Alexander-Arnold to get past Ghana, to get past a weak Croatia side, and to get past Panama, then there's something fundamentally wrong, full stop. Not suggesting that he can't do the things that you ask him to do. I think you can beat those teams without Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's when it comes to the side, when you start playing against the teams that historically have caused us problems. And if you put Trent Alexander-Arnold on that side and ask him to defend, he's going to get done. And Tuchel doesn't want that, I suspect. And whilst it's okay, you can overcompensate for it and you can shift people across and start to cover for Trent. You start trying to balance the side to achieve that. So it's not about Trent being in the 35, which he probably could and should be, because there's no reason for him not to be, really. But you start chucking him in against games against Ghana, then you'll have this massive press reaction to the fact if he doesn't play against a side where Tuchel thinks we need to defend better.
Yeah.
I think it's great that Trent can hit a winning ball. But we talk whenever we haven't got something. We always talk whenever we see something. We always talk about what we haven't got. Players get better when they're not playing. So when put Trent Alexander in the England side, and the England side plays a
Life after football. For a lot of players, it means going into punditry. Some turn to coaching or working in the game in other ways. But what about the rest? Some former footballers turn their sights away from the game, and there are a few big surprises. First up, from rainbow flicks to pancake flips. Ex-Chelsea and Southampton defender Ken Monku switched up his footballing career to buy a Dutch pancake house. He bought out the shop, which had been his favourite pancake spot as a child, and before long he was mixing the batter and getting behind the stove. Next, Everton legend Thomas Gravesen swapped out the high stakes of the Premier League for those of the poker room. He made over 150 appearances for the Toffees and won the Scottish Premier League with Celtic. Turned out the Danish international was pretty darn good at poker. He racked up a reported £100 million from his Las Vegas adventures. Remember former Chelsea goalkeeper Petr Cech? Turns out football nets weren't the only goals he was pretty handy in front of. After retirement, he became a goaltender in ice hockey. Same skills, very different surface. And he even won a Division 2 title with Guildford Phoenix. For ex-Liverpool centre-back Daniel Agger, it wasn't just fancy footwork that was in his blood. He was also pretty good with his hands. The Denmark international turned to tattoo artistry after he hung up his boots. He'd qualified as a skin artist while at Anfield, and he then became the co-owner of his own tattoo company as well. It's not all glamour for ex-pros, though. 1966 World Cup winner Ray Wilson set up a very different kind of business. He became an undertaker after he retired. Finally, not many people can say they've won both a World Cup and starred in an Oscar-winning film. In fact, there's only one person in the entire world who can say that. Frank Leboeuf, the former Chelsea defender, was part of the 1998 France squad who won the World Cup. He ended up marking Brazil's Ronaldo in the final and helped his side to a 3-0 win. But LaBeouf had already begun acting on the side while he was playing football, and his biggest role came some years after his retirement when he landed the part of a doctor in the Stephen Hawking biopic The Theory of Everything.
I embrace the career of acting, so I want to learn more. So seeing lots of movies is a part of my job.
To be honest, with all the dramatic diving in the game these days, there's probably tons of ex-pros who've got the acting skills to make it in Hollywood.
Welcome back to Last Hour Champions League Drive on talkSPORT. My name's Andy Goldstein. That's Darren Bent.
Je m'appelle Birmingham.
That's right, that's the fella. Still to come, Bent is going to bring us the latest edition of IMDb. If you're new to the show, it's basically him telling us what he watched at 3 a.m. this morning, or yesterday morning, or the morning before. That's coming out a bit later on because now it's time to preview tonight's European football action with our friends at Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
European football preview on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
And Haaland has a hat-trick. Liverpool are being utterly dismantled.
Yeah, if you go to the latter stages of the Champions League, you know one thing for sure, that you're going to face Paris Saint-Germain, because it's an incredible team.
What's he, a fully paid up member of the PSG Appreciation Society? I mean, they're not that great. They're not as good as they were last year when they went into the Champions League.
They're the defending champions.
And these are defending champions of English football.
If Arne Slot doesn't get Liverpool in the Champions League for next season, then he's gone.
Florian Wirtz back for Salah, left foot in, brilliant! There's number 4, the best of the lot.
Moving up is Hakimi in space towards the edge of the area, squares it in field, but Barcola 2-0, superb counter-attack from Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah, Liverpool at PSG. It's live on talkSPORT tonight. The pressure increasing on the manager, Arne Slot. They were, of course, beaten 4-0 by Man City in the FA Cup over the weekend. They are 5th in the Premier League. Slot has been speaking ahead of tonight's game, and he said they can't perform like they did over the weekend.
I can tell you, if we have the 20 minutes we had at City, if we have them tomorrow evening here, we will again concede 4 goals. Because these players over here know how to act if we are having 20 minutes of that. So it's a challenge for us to be from the first till the last second at the level we were in the first 45 minutes. If not, it's going to be a really hard night again, like it was last year.
You on a walkie-talkie? Over. Interesting game tonight.
Yeah.
If it was at Anfield, I'd be a little bit like, well, but it's in PSG's. I mean, they've looked like they did last season in this competition. They seem to get better and better as they move into that stage.
Exactly. It's almost like for them, it's just about getting out the group phase and then, okay, let's turn it up. I mean, they've got so many players. I mean, obviously the current Ballon d'Or, Dembele, who maybe hasn't had the same impact he had last season, but still, he's still dangerous as they come. Yeah. Your boy, Kvaratskhelia, you love him. Doué as well. Oh. You know what, Vitinha's probably one where you go, he don't get the credit he deserves.
No.
Because he is top drawing.
He is, but you just named maybe 2 other reasons why he doesn't get that.
Maybe, yeah. So, but even like what they potentially could have on the bench, people like Bradley Barcola, but I think he might be out. I don't know if he's going to be back because he sprained his ankle. Fabian Ruiz, who I'm a big fan of in terms of getting goals, he might be back, but I'm not sure. But it's a tough game for Liverpool. What they've got to do is keep it close and then going back to Anfield, give themselves a chance. Because at the minute, Anfield's not the fortress it was.
No. If they get smashed tonight, let's just say, I mean, look, we just talked about them conceding 4 against City. If they concede 4 or even more, that might not happen. Does Arne Slot stay in the dugout for the return leg?
Yeah, I think he'll be there to the end of the season.
Irrelevant what happens tonight.
Irrelevant, yeah. But I don't know if he'll be in charge next season. But I think changing the manager now, right? I know what manager's going to want to come in now anyway. I know it's Liverpool, and listen, they're going to try to
like Gerrard would take over that second leg. Imagine that 4-0 down. Gerrard's in the dugout, Anfield, Wednesday night.
Yeah, I just think a lot needs to happen. Like, do you know what I mean? Less than a week. I think no. I think he's there to the end of the season, and then they make the change. But they've got to keep it tight. They have to, because you're going against a PSG side that on any given day could put 3, 4, 5 past you.
PSG absolutely smashed Chelsea 8-2 across the two legs.
Yeah.
Where do you rank them now amongst favourites to win this competition?
Well, they're up there, of course, because they're defending champions, and when you see them start to kind of move the ball the way they can, Hakimi, who's a right back playing as a right winger, who's incredible. You've got to put them in the conversation. But I put Bayern at the top, who are decent. PSG are up there, right up there. So,
you know what's interesting? I read an article today in the Times about how PSG now are better without Mbappe.
Yeah,
and it's quite interesting when you think about it. Right? Look at their rise as a club since he has left them. Because there were a lot of people at the time were thinking that as soon as he's gone, their chances of winning the Champions League have also gone. But the club's got better.
Yeah. Well, the team's become more balanced.
That's exactly right.
Like the worst scenario they had when they had Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe up top is defensively, you're 3 men down.
Yeah, and you can't drop anyone.
You can't drop anyone. You're probably not allowed to drop anyone. Like Pochettino, I think, was the man in charge. Was probably like, well, the way that Poch wants to play as well. If you remember his good Spurs teams that used to press on the front foot, go after people.
Yeah.
Like Poch probably thought a little bit, well, how can I tell Messi what to do, or Neymar or Mbappe, that these guys are going to do what they want? So that was, I think, was, even though on FIFA that team would have been incredible, as soon as you came up against the top teams, they were never going to win that Champions League with those 3 up top. But all of a sudden, you take the egos out of it, the team becomes more balanced.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden they look incredible in terms of all round.
Yeah, they do. This Liverpool side, should they, with the players they've got, should they be performing much better than they currently are at the moment?
Well, yeah, of course. You look at Liverpool in the Premier League, what are they, 6th? I think they are 5th, 6th.
Yeah.
They're better than that.
Yeah. And so why aren't they better than that?
I mean, there's the tactics. From
manager.
The manager, the tactics.
That's the manager again.
Also, performance from certain players. I mean, again, I know we always go back to it, but I think it is a valid point. You go back to the, God rest his soul, Diogo Jota passing away. They lost Diaz.
That's a massive loss as well.
Massive loss. But then on the flip side of that, you look at someone like Mohamed Salah's form's not been nowhere near it. McAllister's form this season's been poor. Defensively, Konate at times has looked a little bit vulnerable. Van Dijk, who we know is one of the best, he at times has looked a bit shaky as well. Yeah. So when you start adding with the goalkeeper's been injured.
I also think when you lose 50% of your defence with the 2 wing backs, full backs, whatever you want to call them, that's a big loss as well, right?
Yeah, because obviously Robertson hasn't played as much either. But just too many below par performances this season. And I think when you play
injury as well, to say.
Yeah, well, I think when you lose a lot of players in terms of the injuries, and then you talk about lack of form, it almost feels like too many of those have happened at the same time, which has not allowed them to kind of put one step forward. But still, even the way Liverpool are, they're better than 5th. They're currently 5th now. I thought they'd be right up there, especially the way they started, even though they weren't playing well.
Well, that was the thing. It's a very good point you make, because they were winning games in the way that we go. That's the way champions win games.
Nicking goals at the end, like 92nd, 93rd minute. So I thought at some point, after they got through that little wobble, that okay, they'd settle down, they'd start to play the football we know, and then they'd start to win games more convincingly. But it's gone the other way completely. I mean, right now, Arsenal were on 70 points, Liverpool on 49.
Wow.
That's crazy. That gap 49 to 70.
Yeah, that is insane.
So, unfortunately for Arne Slot, and again, listen, it's the manager's fault, but also player performances. I blame players.
What do you think the biggest one problem in one player drop off is in their team?
Salah.
Is it Salah?
The guy who won the Golden Boot last season. Again, did he win PFA Player of the Year last year? I think he would have done as well. Salah, I think.
Yeah. How many goals have you got this season? Have you got that to hand?
I can get it for you right now.
How many do you think? Why are you looking? Premier League?
Premier League 9, maybe.
Not even in double figures, I don't think.
I think Salah. So, put it this way: top goal scorers in all competitions. 11 is Hugo Ekitike. Cody Gakpo 6. Szoboszlai 5. He's not even in that.
Well, in Premier League, I've just been told by Joe he's got 7.
Well, on here it says 5.
Sorry, 5.
Yeah.
I don't know why he said 7.
Now
5 it is.
You look.
Was that Jack feeding you information there?
You go Salah last year, in all comps 34, 29 in the Premier League, 18 assists. This season, he's got 10 in all comps, 9 assists. That drop off's dramatic. And all of a sudden, I almost felt like with Liverpool's front three, it's what happens down the middle and on the left. You ain't got to worry about the right, because Salah will get his numbers. He'll get his goals. He'll score winners. He'll be fine. But all of a sudden now they've had to try and find 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, and of course when Salah's firing, confidence breeds confidence, right?
Exactly, because you know what, he'll be. If he plays well, we'll be all right.
Yeah. What will the score be tonight? Live on talkSPORT, PSG against Liverpool.
3-1 PSG. I think Liverpool score.
Right.
Pen Salah.
Do you want me to tell you mine?
You're going to say something ridiculous.
No, well, Spurs, I said 6-1. Everyone laughed at me. I nearly got that. I'm going to say...
you was wrong.
Yeah, I was wrong, yeah. I think PSG will win 5-1 tonight.
Jack, clip that now. I need you to say, Andy, clip this whole bit, Jack. Ready?
I've just said it.
Andy, PSG are playing Liverpool tonight. What will the score be?
Draw, 2-2. No, PSG will win 5-1.
Okay.
What would Darren, clip this bit, Jack. What would the score be?
I think PSG will win 3-1.
Okay.
Salah penalty.
All right. Score it this time, really. That was a look at tonight's European action with our friends at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, they're here for it.
European football preview on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
Liverpool fans, you can phone up if you want. We'll have team news, of course, in our show, so Liverpool fans stick around for that. And you might want to talk about Arnie Slot. Is it possible that he could get the bullet tonight? Could he get sacked tonight?
Jeez, all right.
Could he get sacked if they lose, 4-0, 5-0? They can see it. Okay, all right. So you think he's unsackable this season?
I'm not saying he's unsackable, but I just don't see the... Might as well just let it ride out now.
03717223344. When we come back, we are talking to former PDC World Darts Champion
Premier League champion
and current Premier League champion. You happy?
Yeah, start with that.
And Bent his mate. All right, calm down. Luke Humphries joins us right after this.
Let's go to Jay. He's an Arsenal fan. All right, Jay?
All right, Jay.
How you doing, lads?
All right, matey.
I'm all right, Jay. You happy?
Yeah. No, I'm not, mate. No, not really.
What do you mean?
That was absolutely diabolical. Where was Martinelli tonight? Where was he?
What do you mean? You just got one of the best assists of the season.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, Sporting Lisbon. Yeah, we're flying, aren't we, lads? Do you know what happened? Me and me boy. Listen, me and me boy.
Final of the Champions League. 1-0.
Me and me boy, and my mate that I work with, he's a Tottenham fan, right? So we've got a Tottenham fan in between us. We got the 68 minutes. We were all yawning.
No, it's a tough one.
Yawning. So listen, we flicked over to the Real Madrid game with Bayern Munich. Oh my days!
Hold on. You turned over.
Too right, mate. Why not do that,
you
Jamie?
turned over at Champions League quarter-final watching your team. You turned over and watched Real Madrid.
What would you want to do? Go to bed at like 9:20, mate? Like,
that's an absolute disgrace. Jay, you're a disgrace.
Jay,
I'm
that
sorry.
Is poor, mate.
That's
really? Shocking.
Why are
you're not watching
that?
your own team.
Listen, I wanted to watch football tonight, so I had to go
Arsenal
over
fan.
to Real Madrid and Bayern Munich to actually see a bit of football, lads. And what is all this all about? It's all about Arteta, isn't it? We're all crumbling. You know, the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, we've gone. And then tonight was the night that we went out to Lisbon, right, and we put a foot down and we showed that we want to win the Champions League. We're up, mate, nothing tonight. Absolutely 68 minutes. Oh, Jamie, come on, bruv.
Drive and Talk Sport. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent alongside still to come. Oh, yeah, Bentley's going to bring us his brand new edition of I Am DB. Looking forward to that. Just quickly, 38 of the 42 teams in Spain's top two divisions will play in retro shirts this weekend to celebrate each club's cultural identity. I saw this last week. I think this is an unbelievable idea.
Was it in Spain? Yeah, you said.
Yeah.
The Real Madrid one was beautiful, wasn't it?
I think it's a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Whoever come up with that, well done to you.
We should do it over here.
We should do that.
What was Man United's retro kit? What'd you have? What'd you go for?
Probably the one we won the treble in, 99. Unless you were, I mean, I don't know, when does retro start?
Well, because straight away when Man United, I went to the green and the yellow.
Oh, yeah,
with
Cantona. Yeah. I don't know how far do you go back? When does retro begin? 20 years, 25, 30? When is it?
I don't know, really.
Good question. Right, let's turn our attention to, maybe not, a bit of darts. Because tomorrow night, the Premier League rolls into Brighton for night 10. We can look ahead to that now with defending champion, former champion of the world, the brilliant Luke Humphries joins us. Cool hand, Luke. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, mate. How are you? You all right?
I am very well. Thank you so much for coming. You know, me and Benny are big fans of yours. Thanks so much for coming on. How are you? Are you good? Are you well? You look good.
Yeah, I'm good, to be fair. It's been my first proper week off of the darting year, I think, this week. I missed out on the tournament in Munich, which was one I've always loved playing in, but I had it off and spent some time with the family, which was good. So yeah, feeling a bit more recharged and ready to go this week.
Luke, before we talk darts, did you ever get that Nando's black card?
No, I'm still waiting on it. Still waiting. Yeah. I've got a Toby Carvery.
Me and Benny got one.
No way.
No,
you got one.
No, we didn't get one. Right, listen. Let's talk about the Premier League because at the moment, I think it's fair to say it's not been a great campaign so far for you, defending champion. Is the pressure the same defending the Premier League compared to maybe defending the world title? Is that pressure the same or totally different, or are there elements of the two?
Yeah, do you want to? I don't really feel the pressure. I'm not really nervous about defending it. You're not thinking about it every week you're playing in it. I think my average this year in the Premier League has been the best it's ever been. It's better than 2024 at this moment in time, better than 2025. But you maybe my timing's been a bit off, and people have been playing it, better against me, and that's what just happens in sport. Sometimes you can be playing really well and you're not getting the rewards, and that's just life. That's just sport. It happens, and it's not something I'm worried about. I'm actually playing pretty good this year. I've won a couple of tournaments, and I'm not too worried about the form. It's just I've not really been performing at a consistent level in the Premier League, but still performing good. So there's still 7 weeks to go, and it's up to me to put in them big performances now to try and maybe win, 1 or 2 nights to really get myself up there and give myself a chance to get to the O2 and defend that title. But if I don't, then so be it. I'm not too hard on myself with it. I'm just trying my best to get myself back in that top 4.
Do you feel that, Luke? Because whenever we watch the darts, I always feel like whether it's you or it's Littler, whoever you're up against, it almost looks like to me they are so desperate to beat you, probably more so than some of the other darts players. Do you feel that when you're stepping up on the hockey?
Yeah, I do sometimes. I feel like you notice players do seem to play better against me and Luke, and I don't know if that's maybe just a thing that they feel relaxed because anybody that plays us usually is the underdog, so they probably feel a little bit more like, well, they're expected to beat me rather than I'm more expected to beat them. So maybe they relax a bit more and let the darts flow a bit more easier. And I do seem to notice that people do play better against us than everybody else. You see like another game and you see a 94 average, and you're like, come on, I'd love that against me. But yeah, it's just one of them things. I think you're a target for players and they want to beat you, and rightly so.
Yeah, it's a backhanded compliment, right? You're their cup final, so I totally get that. Just going back to what you're talking about, like practicing and so on. How difficult or easy is it to take your practice form onto the main stage? Is that a thing in darts or not?
Yeah, it is a thing. For me, it's the opposite way, strangely. I usually play better in the game than I do in practice. It's weird, but I'm usually not the best practicer. I'm usually much better in the games, and there's been players over the years that have been absolutely incredible practicers, best I've ever seen, and then they go up on the stage and it never correlates. They never played the same. So it can be something that some players experience. I mean, for me, it works out the better way. I'd rather be quite average in practice and good on the stage rather than have it the other way and be great in practice and not so good on the stage. But it's a strange one. Some players do experience that.
So, Luke, you obviously the Premier League heads to Brighton tomorrow, I believe. You hit a 9-darter, if I can remember, there last year. You must have fond memories about that arena.
Yeah, I do, because it was my first 9-darter as well on Sky Sports cameras, and it was a great reaction from the crowd. They really enjoyed it, and then obviously they got treated really well to 9 out of the next game from Rob Cross, so or the next round. So yeah, they got really treated well last year. Hopefully, I can produce another one this year, get another gold set of darts would be nice, and hopefully win the night, because that's what I really need. I need to, make a nightly win and put it on the CV to really get myself up the table, or at least push myself tighter to that top 4.
Are they real gold?
Yeah, proper gold. Yeah.
Are they? What carat are they?
I wouldn't. 24 carat gold. I think they're worth 30 grand. So
you are joking.
So how many of them you got, Luke?
3.
That's one each.
They're
Greedy,
proper gold, proper full 24 carat gold. Yeah.
Why don't you have like earrings made from them?
Because I don't wear earrings, that's why. I don't think they'd suit me.
No, I don't think they would.
Get into a gold chain. Am I getting into gold chain?
Oh, that'd be nice. Bobby George would have done that, let me tell you.
Yeah, he would have. He would have.
Yeah. I'm always curious with you guys, because darts has changed so much. Talking about Bobby George, so much over the years. Now you're playing in arenas in front of, I don't know, 6, 8, 10,000. I used to, years ago, there's a reason I'm saying this, years ago, I was lucky enough to present a few nights of darts for Sky, and I'd never experienced anything like it standing up on that stage. It was the best thing I could compare it to. It felt like I was on stage before a rock concert. It was insane. The amount of adrenaline even I got up there was just mind blowing. Do you guys prefer, you personally, do you prefer playing in front of 1,000 or 2,000, or would you rather play in front of 15,000?
Yeah, I'd rather play in front of 15,000. I think it gives you a buzz. It gives you that little kick of adrenaline that really can help you. When they're on your side, it feels even better. You feel like a king up there. Everyone wants you to win, and you try even harder, and you really, if you're like 3-4-1 down or something, you're never going to give in, because you know that the crowd are there to support you and they want to see you win. And it has helped me in the past, and I think it's helped other players out in the past. Look, playing in front of 1, 2, 3,000 is still great. I enjoy it a lot, but when you're in front of them 12, 15,000s that we rarely get sometimes, say the O2, yeah, they're really special. They're the nights that you really look forward to. You know that they feel special.
You're still looking for your first nightly win. The format has changed in Premier League. There used to be a time where you go on, you play one match, and that would be it for that. Which format do you prefer?
Well, I've really enjoyed this format. I think it's probably suited me over the years. I kind of love tournament play, and I like when I've won a game or played well, you're kind of itching to play again, because you can replicate it. But it's been 3 years now, or 4. No, I think it's been 4 years now, or 5 years now that it's been this way. So I think it's probably due a change. It's probably going to be something that the PDC will actually do. I think personally, there's so many great players now that certain players are missing out, and they don't need to if it was maybe 10 players. So look, it's been a great run. I think a lot of players have enjoyed it, but I think they're ready to have something different happen. And I think it will next year.
Look, I've got to ask you about Manchester, because it all kicked off, obviously, between Littler and Van Veen. I think Van Veen accused Littler of celebrating when he missed a double. What do you make of all that? And do you think that's good for the sport? A little bit of, a little bit of a little bit of needle between the players?
Yeah, it is what it is, and it's been many times where players over the years have done something they probably regretted or didn't want to do, or when you're up there in circumstances where pressure's on, things happen. I don't really think that it's something that's going to be talked about in a couple of weeks. It's just it's hot news now, but in 2 weeks it's all forgotten. It'll be a clip that resurfaces every now and then on social media, like you've seen before in the past of other players that have had spats, but they'll be friends again. It happens in sport. In darts, very, very much so. But you don't really see it a lot on TV. But you try and be a bit more careful to stop things like that happening. But it is what it is. I don't think it's something that both players will worry about or ponder on too much. I think they'll just move on from it and get back to action tomorrow night.
Luke, thanks so much for coming on. I'm guessing you're in Brighton now. Have you got the rock? Have you gone out and got some? A stick of it?
Yeah, no, I was playing darts with the Brighton football team, so I've just come back from there. And tell you what, I was playing with Jason Still. He's some player in, the goalkeeper. Very good. Yeah, he took a leg off me. A couple of 180s as well. Yeah, he's really good.
Wow,
really good.
He took a leg off you as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think darts is massive now.
Yeah, it is.
People just love playing it.
Yeah, we do as well. And we love you being on our show. We really appreciate that. Good luck tomorrow night.
Always, guys.
Thanks, man.
Cheers,
I hope
Luke.
you're keeping well.
Take care. See you later, boys.
Thanks, man. There you go, Ryan for Luke Humphrey. He's brilliant to speak to, isn't he?
Proper legend that comes on the show when they say they're going to.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Thank you to Luke Humphreys. Still to come on our show, we'll be crossing live to Paris ahead of PSG against Liverpool. Live on talkSPORT. We'll have team news ahead of that. First, a bit of no Googling. By the way, well done from going to animosity to needle.
Yeah.
30 seconds. I was impressed with it.
Came out.
Your face looked at me like, what word? What word is it? Say it.
Animosity.
Yeah. Horrible when that happens, isn't it? We want to know who's the youngest goalkeeper to ever to play and win the Champions League. Who's the youngest goalkeeper to ever play in and win a Champions League final? Benty's writing it down. Yes, Benty's got the letter correct. Have you? The answer to that, and more. He's 19, by the way.
I know.
Wow.
I think he was in goal ever since from then.
Yeah. All right, don't spoil it. The answer to that, team news, I am DB, end of show quiz. What a great 30 minutes. All coming up right after this. Damn.
You just need jelly. Jello. Jelly. Pots of jelly.
I mean, I know you want to be diplomatic and you'll maybe tiptoe around a bit. Would you have gone in for the Tottenham job? Would you have taken it? Given what we've seen, we've watched Tottenham and everyone's sort of dancing around it.
You just mentioned something there, and this would be more important to me, and obviously the career I've had, it does pay well. I wouldn't go in there. I wouldn't look in for money. They could offer me a massive amount of money. I'm sure they're capable of it, and I'm sure, well, allegedly, they've offered De Zerbi a massive amount of money.
It would have been about
No, it'd have been about what you're going to gain me as a human being. What would I gain, right? You go in there, you get the job done. 6 games into next season. If you're not in the top 4 and the football's not what they want, rubbish, get them out. So you're not going to gain a lot there, are you? So then, and that's if you get the job done, because it's not easy. And then you don't get the job done, and then somehow it's on my neck that I took Tottenham down. You go, well, that ain't good for me as a human. This is not even about football. I'm going, well, that ain't good, is it?
What do you reckon?
You know what I mean? So I go, and then you get some money, and I go, well, I'm not thirsty for that. I've got some money, so how much do you want?
You know the dynamic of the industry. We all know the 2 biggest commodities in football are talent and gossip, right? Or money and gossip. Money and gossip, right?
You must have. I don't know if it's an equal measure. Money and gossip beats talent.
Money and gossip was what I meant. Money and gossip, right? What do you think is wrong with Tottenham?
Well, I mean, I find it I find it really interesting from the outside. I know Thomas. And if I was a Tottenham fan, and I know a few, I thought the manager was getting a hell of a lot of heat and weight on that. And if I was Tottenham, I'd be looking at some of the players, me personally, I'd be going, hang on a minute. Look at all this money they've spent. And money doesn't guarantee anything, by the way. It's another myth about football. But it gives you a better chance. And you're going, right, so they're spending this money. Look at these players. Allegedly, I keep hearing this, and I do at Forest, all these talented players. Talent is when you deliver. You can be telling if you're not delivering, that ain't talent.
Arne Slot hopes Alexander Isak can make an impact on his return from injury against Paris Saint-Germain tonight. He hasn't played since December, but is back in the squad for tonight's game, live on talkSPORT.
Close to a week of team training sessions now, so he can play a part, otherwise I wouldn't take him. I decided not to take him to the Etihad because we felt that he wasn't able to get a performance out of him yet. And since he's with us now, we do think that we can get a performance out of him now.
Elsewhere, Simon Jordan's praised Liam Rosenior for the ban he's given to Enzo Fernandez after he said he'd love to live in Madrid. But he says Marc Cucurella should have been punished as well for criticising club transfer policies in an interview.
I would prefer that there would be a sanction for both players so that you're showing some degree of even-handedness, which is there is a message, which is you do not talk out of school. You can have your issues internally. You can talk to the management internally.
And Hearts manager Derek McInnes says a key fixture in the Scottish Premiership title race was always going to be scheduled at the death. He's taking his team to Celtic on the final day.
You know, hopefully, as I say, we're still in with a chance of winning the title going into that last game. I think it's an unbelievable fixture if we are, and particularly if Celtic have still got a chance as well. You know, so it's if both teams are still in the mix for winning the league, it's the most dramatic fixture you can have.
Hearts are currently top, 1 point above Rangers and 3 clear of Celtic.
Welcome back to Champions League Drive, talkSPORT, me and he. Before the break, asked the question, who's the youngest goalkeeper to ever play and win a Champions League final?
Iker Casillas.
2000, that was. That wasn't his age, that was the year.
Was that the Zidane volley?
Against Valencia. That sounds about right.
Oh, no.
99 that was.
No, that was Leverkusen.
Oh, no, it couldn't be 99.
Leverkusen, that was.
What year was that then?
I don't know. The Leverkusen one. That was Hampden Park, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, Hampden Park was when Zidane did that ridiculous.
Yeah.
Follow us at 7-8 June Damos live coverage of PSG against Liverpool in the Champions League. Would you believe it? He's probably going to tell us what final, actually. Would you believe it? We can cross to Paris now and speak to Aid alongside former England captain, the legend that is Stuart Pearce. Boys, bonjour.
Bonsoir.
Comment tu? Yeah. How are you, lads?
Stuart's in the wrong place, but we're absolutely fine.
Stuart's always
gloriously
in the wrong
hot.
place. Is it?
Gloriously hot in Paris. We've had a great day, haven't we?
What have you done?
It's been magnificent.
Did you, Aid? I heard you took Stuart Pearce up the Eiffel Tower earlier.
Yeah, well, it's happened many times before, and he has never complained.
Never, and never will.
What was the view like?
Soon, I'm sure.
What was the view like?
You can see Paris. It's okay.
Nice. That might be the greatest answer.
It was Zidane's volley, Leverkusen 2002, Hampden 2000 was the 3-0 Real Madrid against Valencia. Steve McManaman scored a worldie.
Is the correct answer.
The GOAT.
Well done. But can you answer the question, what are Liverpool going to do tonight if they've got any chance of beating PSG? Aid.
I can't see them beating PSG. There's just too much firepower for the European champions. Liverpool are in such bad form. You got players. Curtis Jones is out there right now, and he's just had a little conversation with the players with him, and they're so nervous. It seems he's got a water bottle covering his mouth so that nobody can lip read him. I'm like, mate, we're an hour and a half before the game. What can you be saying? That's such a big problem. They're just, there's a siege mentality. Might possibly be able to galvanise them, but I just can't see it.
Hey, now Liverpool have been, by their own high standards, have been poor this season, right? What scoreline do you think they need to take back to Anfield if they've got any chance of going through this tie?
Well, if they could do what they did last season, which was insane. I mean, they had one shot on target, won 1-0, and still messed it up in the home leg. But I think if they can take any kind of result where you're not thinking it's all over, even something like a 2-0 is the maximum kind of deficit they can take back to Anfield next week. I think anything beyond that and Paris Saint-Germain will be totally in control.
Let me bring in my favourite, Stuart Pearce. Stuart, at the beginning of the season, of course, Liverpool were Premier League champions going into this one. They improved their squad with some great players, either defensively or attackingly. It's not quite happened for them this season. Can you put your finger on why things have gone so badly wrong for defending Premier League champions, Stu?
I think the summer, the situation with Diogo Jota has got to play a part in it. It's got to come into any conversation of why things haven't gone wrong. The fact they brought players through the door. Isak has probably not kicked a ball. Brought a lot of new faces through the door that looked for all intents and purposes as though they'd be almost invincible this year, but they've not gelled. They've just took a while to gel. Maybe next year, that once they've settled in a little bit more, that is the time. But they're under the pump at the moment as a football club, and I think there's no better place to come than here. You know, I don't think it will be as clear cut as I'm hearing a lot of voices around me in the press box say that Liverpool have absolutely no chance tonight. I think they'll be in the game, and you know, it's like as a player, sometimes you're better off having big games like this rather than, you know, this will concentrate your mind. You know, Manchester City did at the weekend. This will do that even more. I think it's a good game for him.
Piercy, do you think Arne Slot knows his best team? Because I almost feel like when I watch Liverpool, he's still just trying to scratch around and we're way past the halfway point. Do you think he knows his best team?
I think in the main he does. I think this right-back situation is a problem to him. I've got to say, he knows that Szoboszlai is his best player, and he knows he's watering down his impact on the whole game by dropping him into a right-back position, or, as I saw at Manchester City at the weekend, he was almost doubling up with the right-back Gomez, you know, to help him out a little bit. So I think it's getting the best position. The players in your team that are playing on the best form at the moment, you've got to find a way of making sure, and I think their best performers at present will be Szoboszlai, Wirtz and Ekitike. You've got to find a way of making sure that they are all in their best positions and delivering performances for the team. I think the interaction between Wirtz and Ekitike is really good. I was really impressed with it. Like, first 30 minutes at Manchester City, I think they'll only get better, the understanding between the two. But there's too many performers outside those three that are not delivering at the moment.
We're going to come back to you in a bit for team news. Before I let you go, though, I'll start with you, Stuart. What will the score be tonight?
I think PSG will win by the odd goal, 2-1 I'm going for, but I think it'll be a tighter affair than people think.
And Mr. Goat?
I'm going to go 3-0 Paris Saint-Germain.
Okay.
Wildly optimistic, Stuart. I like that.
Always is.
Someone's got to support the English teams. Someone
they don't, Stuart.
Come on now.
They really
You just predicted they're going to lose.
Yeah, very narrowly. And it'll be a really unfortunate late winner from PSG. All right, okay. No, I'm trying to cushion the blow.
Boys, superstars, we'll come back to you in a bit for team news. Thanks, lads.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Right, time now for this.
Couldn't really sleep, so I put on Moonraker. I'm in the middle of rewatching Spartacus. Watch a bit of Trisha in the morning. IMDb.
Yes, our brand new feature, I Am DB, where every Wednesday, our very own Darren Bent, DB, talks us through what he's been watching when he wakes up bizarrely, randomly, at 3:30, 4:45, or 4 a.m. and can't get back to sleep. Now, last week on IMDb, Benty gave us the new Anaconda film with Jack Black and Paul Rudd, a ranking of 6.3 out of 10.
Yep.
What time did you wake up?
About 4 a.m. I think it was.
Okay, bang on the money.
Bang on the money.
See, the problem is your brain's going to start getting used to you waking up for because we're talking about it now.
No, yeah.
And what film did you think, I haven't seen that for a long time, I'm going to watch this?
Well, I was obviously having a flick through Netflix. Amazon.
Yeah.
No, you know what? It starts off Netflix. Nah, nothing on there. Disney, nothing. Got to Amazon. 30 Days of Night.
So when you're going into the flick at 4 a.m, you don't know, you haven't got something yet?
No, like,
okay.
I'm not like, I'm definitely going to watch that. Something's got to catch me.
Okay, and what was it?
30 Days of Night.
30 Days of Night?
Which is...
I don't think I've seen that.
It's a horror. So basically it stars...
Why are you watching a horror at 4 a.m?
No, it is a horror, but it's like vampires, basically. So you've got Josh Hartnett's in it. Good actor, him.
Yeah, Josh Hartnett, yeah.
Melissa George. Danny Huston, Ben Foster. Not the one that we know. Not the one that we know.
Yes.
But listen, it's set in a little...
No, don't read it.
Basically set in a little town, but I can't remember what the town's called.
Okay, where, in America?
In America.
Okay.
Basically, they are 30 Days of Nights, because wherever they are, maybe say it's Alaska, obviously 30 Days of Night, because there's the snow where they are in terms of the country. You know, you get 30 days where it's black.
You said they're in America?
Yeah, the parts of America, you get 30 Days of Night where there's no sun. There's
30
no
days of night?
Yeah, because there's no sunshine, no light.
Okay.
These vampires rock up.
What, for a month?
For a month, start killing everyone.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a bit dark.
Why?
Just because they need to feed these vampires, and once they kill you, obviously you turn into a vampire.
Right.
It's a really good watch. And the end's a bit...
Is that it? The whole plot line is that they go to this town
and you got
in America that's in like pitch darkness.
I'll tell you what exactly was. It's in Barrow, Alaska. I knew it was that.
I mean, that doesn't know me. And for a month, there's no dark, there's no light, and vampires come out and...
Yeah, but obviously you get hungry, so people start to take risks, trying to go and find food,
Presumably this town are aware that there's a month coming up where it's complete dark.
Yeah, so they prepare for it, but they don't prepare for these people to turn up, these vampires.
So it's not every time it goes dark, vampires turn up. This is a one-off.
Well, I think so. Like, I'm watching the film.
Yeah, but didn't I go, don't forget next Tuesday, the vampires...
No, this was a one-off.
They didn't do that. It's a one-off.
But the ending was...
Any reason why there's vampires?
No, because that's the film, Andy.
No, but is it like... There's no reason. So it's just a normal Tuesday afternoon.
Italian job. Why is there cars?
Well, they've got to get from A to B.
Well, this is vampires. They've got to try and...
I know, but what I'm saying is, it's not like every third month this happens with vampires.
No, this is just a one-off, all right?
But we don't know why.
I don't know what happened before.
I think you've missed something out there.
I don't know what's happened before.
Something's happened before and you've not caught that.
No, it hasn't. There's none of that.
I don't believe that.
I watched this film so many times.
So they're just like doing the washing up and go, oh, don't forget next Tuesday it gets dark, yeah. And they're going, oh, is that nice?
Yeah. That's exactly that's how horrors work.
All right, okay.
Because then if you knew...
Well, it's not, you say that, but The Purge, remember The Purge?
Yeah.
They knew that once a whatever it was, once a month.
Yeah, but that's not like
no, but
science fiction.
I know. It's not science.
Well, you know what I mean? It's not real. Like The Purge is like...
This isn't real.
But no, yeah, it's great film though. The ending's a bit weird.
Well, tell me what happened. You can tell us.
Not the ending.
What year did it come out?
2007.
You can tell us, mate. Over how many is it? 2000? Nearly 20 years old. Yeah, spoilers are fine.
Well, basically, Josh Hartnett at the end. I'm pretty sure he fights a vampire basically, but I can't remember how he gets the vampire blood in him.
You get bitten?
Maybe, but then he turns into one, so he's mad strong, and he fights the main geezer and just destroys him. And then he passes away because as soon as the sunlight comes,
he dies.
Great film though. 30 Days a Night. Woo!
And you watched that at 4 a.m. this morning.
Do you know what? It's one of them where. No, but it's one of them where I always think, I'll put it on.
Weird.
I'll put it on, and I'll just fall asleep to it. Before you know it, film's done.
So you watched the whole movie?
Yeah, the film's done. Film's done.
So when everyone normally is getting up at like 7 a.m, 6:30, take the kids.
I'm already awake, mate.
You've already done.
I'm ready to go.
30 days and nights.
Yeah.
That's something.
30 days of night.
Oh no! Yeah, how stupid of me to get that wrong. Right, so you've already reviewed so far Lake Placid.
Yeah.
You gave that 7.2 out of 10. That was at IMDb.
There's a Lake Placid 2, which is weird.
Okay, that's another film maybe we should be watching. Anaconda, the comedy, 6.3. What are you giving 30 Days of Night?
As a 4 a.m. watch?
As a 4 a.m. watch?
7.8.
Oh, that's extremely high. They're all laughing in there. Why are they laughing? Because it's such a bad film.
7.8. It's great.
Why? You've got big there, man.
No, it's a good film, that.
Okay, 7.8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good film, that.
All right. Brilliant. There you go. 7.8. Currently top of the leaderboard.
Watch that.
It's not for me. I'm thinking of watching the Anaconda comedy.
Okay. Yeah, but you switch off quickly.
I do. It needs to grab my attention.
If it's not a documentary, you don't watch it.
Oh, okay, Mr. Zombie. When we come back...
Vampire, not zombie.
Oh, vampire, sorry, yeah, there is a huge difference, of course. There you go. So, what'd you go? 7 point...
See, hey, Ryan, Man United fan, 30 Days of Night, what a choice, Benty. He knows.
I don't think he does. If he's a fan of Liverpool or PSG, what he will know is team news, because that's coming up right after this.
I am delighted to say the man from Hackney, 28-year-old Vidal Riley, European Cruiserweight champion, joins us live in the studio. Loving it. The belts, the spoils of war. Well done.
I just want to say, I was born in Hackney, but I am from Tottenham.
Right.
Yeah.
Better be diplomatic on that one. How was it for you?
It was, it was a great experience being under a new promoter, new energy, big stage, just having the arena full to that capacity at the time as well, and just embracing my moment, just putting so much work in to get there, and just finally just enjoying being under the lights. It's been a year since I was out, since I was out again. So yeah, it just felt good to be back. It felt good.
Good. What kind of a step up was Masternak for you? Because this was a seasoned pro. he'd been in with Bilham Smith, he'd been in with Tony Bellew. Hadn't won, but he'd been in with him.
Yes, no. Going into the fight, I never took him lightly. I never thought, okay, he's 38 now, I'm younger, that's going to be enough. Like, there's a reason why he's been in the game this long. 50 wins, 33 knockouts. I'm going into the fight with 13 fights. There's no respectful reason for me to underestimate him. So I always knew it was going to pose this challenge, but I always knew that I could win in good fashion.
What do you think of this fella, Simon?
I thought it was a first-class performance. I mean, I think ultimately you talk about levels and...
Champions League drive. talkSPORT, me, Goldstein, Darren Bent. Follow us at 7 to go. Adrian Ramos live coverage of PSG against Liverpool in the Champions League. I can't wait for that. I think it's going to be a great, great game. Team news for that is in. The one and only Jim Proudfoot has all the details. Jim, good evening to you.
Andy, thank you. Good evening. Well, big name forwards take the Liverpool headlines. Alexander Isak on the bench tonight. He's back involved for the first time since being injured at Spurs just before Christmas. But Mo Salah has been left out of the team for the first Champions League tie since he announced his departure. Jeremy Frimpong replaces him. Salah is on the bench. That's one of two changes to the team beaten by City in the FA Cup quarter-final at the weekend. Alexis McAllister's preferred to Curtis Jones in midfield for the other. So it's Mamadashvili in goal. Gomez, Kanate, Van Dijk and Kirkes. Gravenberg and McAllister. Frimpong, Soboslai and Wirtz with Ekitike against his old club lead in the line. Holders PSG without the injured Fabian Ruiz and Bradley Barcola. Marquinhos returns in place of the former Bournemouth man Ilya Zabani. Nuno Mendes replaces Lucas Hernandez, whilst Vitinha and João Neves are back in midfield. Beraldo and Lee making way. They've got Safanov in goal, Hakimi, Marquinhos, Pancho and Nuno Mendes. Zaire Emery, Vitinha and João Neves. Kvaratskhelia, Dembele and Doué, the front three. The build-up starting at 7 here after you guys ahead of an 8 o'clock kickoff on talkSPORT.
Jim, Salah on the bench, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, rightly so, he's not been playing well.
He hasn't, to be fair, but I still didn't think it happened. But
no, me neither. Also in the Champions League, there's a big old game between Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. Ian Danta has team news ahead of that one. Dans, good evening to you.
Evening to you, boys. This is the 5th meeting between these two Spanish sides this season. 2 wins in the league for Barca, but a win in the Copa del Rey for Atletico. Barca make 2 changes from their weekend win over Atleti at the Wanda Metropolitano. Lewandowski came off the bench to score the winner. He comes in for Lopez, and Jules Koundé back in for Araujo right back. Atleti make 5 changes, including a return for Julian Alvarez, once of Manchester City, and Ademola Lookman, once of Charlton and Fulham. I'll give you regular updates during the course of the PSG Liverpool commentary. 8 o'clock kickoff. It is Barcelona against Atletico Madrid.
Perfection as always. Thanks, Dan. So a reminder, of course, after a busy old night of football, the boys on the sports bar from about 10:15 will be taking your calls. Guess who's in the studio? Someone that we don't really necessarily want to be in the studio, but we have no choice because for one more night he'll be working here, and then He's back tomorrow. One more Billy, everyone.
Hello. You right?
How are you, Bill?
Yeah, great, thank you.
Don't care. No one even is fussed you exist, if I'm being honest. What are we doing for the end of the show quiz? Yeah, it's looking good.
Cheers.
Said no one.
Bit of guess the intro.
Oh, yeah, we like guess the intro.
You'll hear the first beat or note or something of the song.
Yeah, you'll hear it as well.
Yeah. You need the song and artist for 1 point.
All right.
That's all right.
Yeah, of course it is.
Andy, do you want to go first?
I'd love to go. Would you like me to go first?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay. I'm glad you're back, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks.
All right, here we go. Round one.
Yeah, don't stop. Fleetwood Mac. And I don't know what it's called. Don't stop. Don't stop. I think it is called Don't Stop.
It is called Don't Stop. Fleetwood Mac.
Thanks.
Good start.
I was going to give it to you because Bill won it.
Well, it's right as well.
Yeah, that's why he's giving it to me, because it's the right answer.
Yeah,
But Billy giving it to you.
No, trust me.
Hey?
Benny, you ready?
No.
Round one.
Hey, did you call him Benny?
Forgot the
Benny, you all right?
Here we go.
Apple Bottom Jeans, Flow Rider.
It's not the name of
Apple Bottom, Flow Rider.
Billy?
No, it's not the name of the song.
What's the name of the song, Billy?
It's just called Low.
You're right, it is called Low.
Yeah, of course you're right. None.
And T-Pain.
One.
Boots with the fur.
Yeah, we can all sing
T-Pain
it.
was
We can
unbelievable
all
back
sing
in
it.
the day, by the way.
What was TK Maxx?
T-Pain.
Oh. What's the score, Billy?
1-0.
To who?
You,
Thanks.
Andy. You ready?
Don't let him, look, he's looking.
No, I can't see mine, I can only see yours.
It's only yours on there.
All right.
Here we go.
Yeah, that is Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Very
really.
good.
That is
You
unbelievable.
probably told Bill before. He let you
don't
do
need
that.
to. I don't need to.
Here we go.
2-0. Benny, you ready?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable, Goldstein. Well done. That sounds like my Ring doorbell.
Jeez. I mean, that is hard.
Let's try again. Someone at the door. Can you get the door?
I can't hear, Bill. Can you control your contestant, please? Go back. Go.
This door. Can you get the door?
Bill.
One more time. One more time.
Oi!
I'm going to say Tiny Temper, but I have no idea what the song's called.
It is Tiny Temper.
Is it called Begin?
No, it's
just
called
made that up.
Frisky.
Yeah.
Deep Labyrinth.
What score, Bill?
I like a little collab.
Is that 2-1?
Is Tiny Temper tiny?
No, he's whammed. Where he used to be when I met him. Big old lump.
Has he got a temper?
No, it's just his name.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's connected to him.
No.
And his personality. All right,
Or Dizzy Rascal, because he's a rascal.
Are you spinning around? He's always dizzy, isn't he?
It's 2-0 actually,
Okay,
not
yeah.
2-1.
Oh, Bill's
Here we
going
go.
to get it.
Country House Blur.
Yeah.
I'll tell you now, Bill's giving me the answer. I know he has. Joe, I know what's going on
Wait.
there.
Don't you dare, I swear I'm a
Yeah, no, I believe you.
Why? Why can't I be good at it?
Joe, you're right, cheating. Correct.
No, Joe. I swear.
I think they do every time as well, Joe. You're right.
I swear to God. I promise you.
Yeah, that sounded convincing. Go on, Joe.
Benny, you ready?
Come on, Benny.
Again, V-Jack.
Benny, come on.
No idea. Oh, hold on. Nah. No.
Are you all right?
Is it Rihanna?
Yeah, it is Rihanna.
And it's no idea.
D.
What is it, Rihanna? Who?
Disturbia.
All right, go on. This is for a clean sweep. 4-0. It's going to be unbelievable.
Here we go.
Morning I wake up before I hurt on my head. Say that prayer. Oh, what's her? Not Dina Washington.
No, you're close.
I'm not. It's I say a little Franklin, Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, some bad acting
Very
going on.
good.
There. Bad acting.
D. I swear
I don't believe you.
Okay, well I'm just telling you.
4 from 4.
Thanks, Bill. Last one. Last one.
Yeah, if you want. Here we go.
Sounds like you got the car started.
That was meant to be one of Andy's, and Jack's giving it to you. That's...
I didn't know what it is.
No, go on.
We'll go out on it. Let it play, Jack. We'll go out there.
David Bowie, Modern Love.
I wouldn't have got that, ironically. What you can get is live football. It's coming up live on talkSPORT now. Liverpool in action against PSG. We'll keep you up to date with the other game, Barca against Atletico. Boys on Sports Bar take calls from 10:15 tonight. Have a good evening. Bill, say good night to everyone. Don't. No one cares. Be safe, everyone. Be safe. You went for it as well, didn't you?
Sporting had previously won 17 home games in a row across all competitions. Arteta was interesting on that. Arsenal looked at that record and thought, oh yeah, watch this.
That's